it means. A button-down shirt and a good pair of jeans. Wasn't Sunday supper without collard greens. Dad was boss, Christ is king. Friday night was living for them lights to come on. Then I turned to Miller Lights when I turned 21. There's some things about me that I can't change. I'll always be the man that home made. Home made me love a dirt road. Home made me crave some ice cold. Home made sweet tea only mama knows how to make. Yeah, home made me love a small town. Home made me want to settle down in a homemade for the two of us. Everything I love is homemade. My pickup lines didn't seem to work. Guess my pickup truck must have got to her. Windows down, singing every word of that George Strait mixtape that was homemade. Homemade me love a dirt road. Homemade me crave some ice cold. Homemade sweet tea only mama knows how to make. Yeah, homemade me love a small town. Homemade me wanna settle down in a homemade for the two of us. Everything I love is homemade. Hey, what we got you can't get from a store. Hey, the good stuff comes from the good Lord. Homemade me love a dirt road. Homemade me crave some ice cold. Homemade sweet tea only mama knows how to make. Homemade me love a small town. Homemade me wanna settle down in a homemade for the two of us. Everything I love is homemade. Yeah, it's homemade. Homemade.
Let me grab some here real quick. Hey,
Well, good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. Good morning. It is time. Man, woo. I made a last minute adjustment. I left. Went to, I was in North Carolina. I was going to fish today, but wanted to get back and do the broadcast with everybody today, man. But it's good to see everybody. Happy to be a part of the Sweet 16, May Sweet 16. So pretty cool. It's very exciting. I tell you, it's really cool to be a part of this for sure. What a day already. I mean, it's incredible. I'm gonna pull up here, see if I can get this up. Here we go. Let's see here. All right. There we go. All right, let's get our friends on the phone. My joint broadcaster for the day is going to be Mr. Marcus Coates and Todd Patrick. We're going to get these guys on the phone. I haven't broadcasted jointly with Marcus in a while. Mr. Broadcast Helper Man, how are you? How you doing? Oh, I know. We're going live. Yeah, man. Dude, listen, I got up in the middle of the night. I was like, you know what, man? There's only like a couple guys fishing down at North Carolina. And I was like, I'm going to get up. I left at 11 o'clock at night, got home around 3:30 in the morning. And I was like, let's just go ahead and broadcast today. Don't worry about me fishing. This is more important. We got a lot more guys on the, we need a showcase rather than do that. So, a little late to start this morning, but that's okay, man. I had to do some video editing and all that crap. I know. I did that in like, I don't know, 45 minutes, man. So. Yeah, man, it's Sweet 16 time, man. We got to represent.
Amen.
Oh, let me see here. Now I think you're on. All right, cool. I'm sorry. Sorry, say that again, man. I don't think anybody heard you.
What a freaking intro video!
Yeah, I did that video in minutes. It was like 45 minutes. So yeah, it was cool. So all right, man. I think we're good with sound. Just kind of checking a couple things here. Let's see here. I gotta do something here real quick.
We don't have sound?
No, we got sound now.
Okay.
We had to do different settings for the hotel, which screws everything up, of course. You know how it goes.
Makes us sound like Darth Vader.
Yeah, it sure does, man. It sure does. It was terrible. So.
I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah, not much you can do, man. All right, there we go. I think we're good. There we go. All right, cool. There we go. I think we're good. All right. Sorry, guys, about all that. It's just, man, I tell you, as you know, OBS, it's got like this quirky thing to it. You know what I mean? But, it's if you don't set it right, and then all the settings go away and all sorts of stuff. But I will say this, man. After that drive and waking up, this morning, I've got a nice 20-ounce cup of coffee I'm going to be drinking. Excuse my chugging of my coffee, but man, I've been up basically for last couple of days. I think I've been up. I know 20 to 24 hours out of the day, so it's crazy. Well, God, listen, man. Jeremy Baker, 92.75 inches, is leading again. I mean, are we surprised? 92.75.
Michigan's putting on a show already this morning. It's obviously something going on with the weather across the map because we do not have the amount of fish we had yesterday. As far as numbers go, but Michigan said, I'm going to show out when the other states don't.
Doug Wilson, he survived, and he got very fortunate. He only beat Will Brewer by 6 inches. Will just couldn't catch that last fish. But you got to take advantage of your opportunities. And Will's on the board. Doug's on the board with 81.75 second place this morning. That's solid. Third place, another Michigan man, Kyle Evans, 81.75 inches, man. Good on him, man. Good on him. And then Jeremy
Somebody
Brandis.
needs to slow down this Michigan train.
Jeremy Brandis at 66.25. So I thought what we do today, Marcus, is let's spend some time today and watch these guys fish. What do you say, man? I
We
think
got 16 anglers on the board. We might as well give them some showtime.
yeah, I'm gonna get Jeremy Baker on the line, and then I'm gonna get Kyle Evans and see if I can get Kyle Evans on, and let's just watch him fish for a little bit. How about that?
Works for me.
All right, let's see if we get these guys on the phone. I think it'd be good. Let's see if we
I
got him.
apologize to everybody if I'm in slow motion today. I still haven't slept.
Well, we got Jeremy on.
Baker on.
Hey
Jeremy.
guys, how's it going this morning?
Hey, bud, how you doing?
Doing all right.
Good, man. Hey, listen. Here's what we're gonna do today, man. We're gonna spend some time with you, if you don't mind. I don't know if you
that's
could.
fine.
I don't know if you could put your phone in somewhere where we can watch you fish. I'm trying to get a hold of Kyle Evans as well. But man, you're our leader. You've been our leader for quite some time, man. Throughout these leaderboards. And so what we want to do, man, is just watch you fish and spend some time, give you some camera time and all that good stuff, and just see the magic happen.
Got ya. Let me hook up my ram mount. I took it down because I snagged a net on it earlier,
Gotcha.
but I'll get that hooked up.
Yeah, man.
Jeremy Baker just has a face for television.
Oh, I'm telling you. Maybe for radio, buddy. I don't know.
Well, try to get a hold of Kyle as well, but he's unavailable. I'm also I'm gonna see here. Let me see if I can get another angler on the line here too. Let's see.
All right. I don't know if you guys can.
Yeah, we're good. We're good there.
I'm working a finicky fish on a bed right now.
Gotcha. You know who I'd like to get? Let's see if I can get Jordan Westerman on.
Cold here this morning.
Is it really?
Yeah,
So
You say it's cold?
cold.
It's hot here.
Yeah.
yeah, you look like. I mean, yeah, you look like you're all bundled up. Anyway, I think we have Jordan.
Mid-60s yesterday.
Yes, maybe.
Jordan, how you doing, buddy?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Man, here's what we're going to do today, man. You are in the Sweet 16. A lot of the things that come with Sweet 16 is good old camera time. So guess what we're going to do with you guys this morning? We're going to spend a lot of time with you guys, man. Watch you
right.
fish. We're going to do this kind of MLF style. I'm going to be bouncing around from anglers to anglers, but I think you guys deserve a little bit of camera time. We got Michigan and Iowa represented here this morning in our first segment here. And Mr. Marcus Coates is there. And I'm going to see if I can get the quad and see if I get Mr. Todd Patrick. Let me see if he's available. But we just like to sit down and talk to you, man. Watch you guys do this action, man. You guys have been heavy hitters. Jeremy, man, you leave the board again. I think it was like 92 inches.
Yeah.
Let me see here. We had, 92.75 inches. And Jordan, you're already up to 53, man.
Yeah, the lake that I'm switching lakes right now. The lake I was at this morning didn't have good service, so I got on a decent bite this morning, but it wasn't really consistent. So switching back to the lake I was at yesterday, and I'm super pumped. This bite yesterday was so much fun. So
Yesterday, Jordan, I'm telling you, yesterday you guys put on one of the best shows that I think fishing could ever have, man. I mean, you can't get any closer to what happened. I mean, we had, again, 5 guys who went over the 90s. Let me say this. The top 20 was still in the 80s. That doesn't happen. And, I mean, that surely doesn't happen in a live event. But 20 anglers were over 80 inches yesterday. And then 14 were in the 90s, and 5 of them had to go home. My heart sank. I mean, Kyle Evans pulled out a miracle, but just watching Derek Brundle's face and reaction, after losing, I felt terrible. But, I mean, that's just part of it, man. You know?
Oh,
We don't.
with me and Tyler yesterday, I think I caught that fish with like 15 or 20 minutes left, and he literally like was right next to me, like he was watching me catch the fish. Him, so it was like and as he was on his fish, I was adding it up in my head, and I'm like, dude, we're really close. And then I told him, and he's like, oh, that's perfect. That's how we got to end it, And it was just, that made it a little better for me. It's like, I'm sending home a good friend of mine.
Right. Yeah, I mean, as I said, that's how you have to do it, man. You don't want to blow somebody out, especially as a friend. But it come down to the quarter inch like that, man, incredible.
Yeah, and it was super cool because I knew, like I said yesterday, that we were going to have to cull 5 fish, and I'm hoping I can do the same thing today.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Iowa again representing big time, man. It was just fun. It was just fun to see, and between Iowa and Michigan and Florida, I mean, what can and Texas, Iowa, Michigan, Florida, and Texas. I mean, it's just awesome. Marcus, take it away, my friend.
Jeremy, what are you using to fight off finicky fish on a bed?
I still got the tube on. The only thing different I did today, which I can kind of see today, is I got the tail trim down on this thing pretty good. They're grabbing it, but they're not eating it. I mean, obviously they're on the bed. They don't want to. Got to make them mad.
Yeah.
It's got to be the right spot on the bed, But that's basically what I'm throwing here this morning.
You got to hit them in the face.
I'm trying to hit them anywhere I can hit them. I got one right now that he's got my number right now.
Right on.
I'm about 5 foot of water.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Once you start getting any deeper than 5, you gotta start judging where that bait's gonna land.
Yeah, it's almost borderline right now. With the way the waves have laid down, it was windier this morning, and it's getting a little better now, which is great. Kind of hard to judge where to throw that thing, and you're in that bed and you're out of it in 2 seconds. So, I mean, a lot of these fish I'm throwing friggin' 50 times at them, 100 times at one yesterday.
Right.
I think that wind's what is going to make a huge difference today. Like I was fishing down here in Texas, I'm on my way back, but I was out there all night when that sun came up. It rose like 15 degrees immediately, and there's no wind. It's just flat and muggy. And I think Texas is going to struggle today, and maybe a lot of other southern states as well.
Last weekend it was 85 here. It's the hottest weekend we've had.
Wow.
But it went right back to looking in the mid 60s, I think, today.
I think that's where the northern is going to the north states are going to prevail, is when the south gets in these hot muggy modes.
Right.
I think that's going to give the advantage to the northern guys and maybe the guys on the east coast as well, because you have more of that cool breeze coming off the ocean. But even when there is a slight breeze here right now, it's like not making a difference because it's so hot.
Right. Yeah, it definitely makes things difficult when the temperatures get up hot like that.
For sure.
Oh, absolutely. You get a morning bite. Possibly with part-time, you might get an evening bite, but the majority of your day is going to spend out deep.
Jeremy, when you bring your bait up next, show them how you rig your tube.
Okay.
But Jordan, let's do this, man. When we get back on the water, give me a shout. We'll get you back on.
Sounds good.
And then, we'll definitely come back to you, man. All right, buddy. Take care. All right. Let's see what you got, Jeremy. Yeah.
Can you see what I got going there?
We sure can. What is that? Is that an ounce and a half?
5/16 jig head on here. What
Jig
I got
head?
right now.
Okay, gotcha.
There's a guy. He's from Michigan, extreme tackle. And when I bass boat fish, tournament fish years ago, I had just a small. It was like one of my first sponsorships that I had, and worked some fishing shows and boat shows with him. But he makes tubes here, and I just love these tubes. I've always thrown them. Actually, where I'm working right now, there is a gas station. He sells them online, but St. Clair Crawfish is the one I'm throwing. But there's a gas station that sells them there, so I stopped off on my way home from work the other night and picked me up some more of these. But I just always had good luck out here on St. Clair with them.
So I guess the rule of thumb is you don't buy gas station sushi, but you do buy gas station tubes.
Yeah,
Easy, Keller. I wish I could get some gas station sushi right now.
you can live by that right there.
Oh,
That should never get you in trouble as long as you follow that.
I think the rule of thumb is never eat Taco Bell for breakfast.
Oh no,
That's what you do.
That yeah, no doubt, man. Especially if you're on a long day of fishing, man. That's brutal.
Right.
No Taco Bell on fishing trips, just on broadcasting days.
Yeah, that's just not good, man. Not good.
Get you in panic mode in a hurry.
Oh my gosh! All right, let me see if I can get Jason Starley on the phone or on the line here. Hopefully he's got some service. I don't know.
I don't think Jason's got good service. I talked to him this morning and he was having spotting issues.
Oh, gotcha. Maybe not. We are trying. If not, we'll
I'll
try
tell
to.
you something cool for me last night. I got ran off the lake a little bit by bow fishermen. They were bumping the front of my kayak with their boat.
Are you serious?
Get any closer?
They moved my front of my kayak with their boat, and I'm like, really?
That's terrible, man.
Don't mind me, guys. I'm just here.
Yeah. Hey, man, we got Silas Garrett on.
Hey, what's up?
What's going on, man?
Not a whole lot.
Well, we're gonna do the same thing with you this morning, if that's okay. We're just gonna come along for the ride and watch you do your magic, man. You're in the Sweet 16
Okay.
for a reason, man. We got Jeremy Baker on, and we want to see you guys fish, man. You know, we're gonna do this MLF style and watch it happen.
I'll be right back. I'm trying to start the gas.
Yeah, man. Mount it up and let's just talk and fish.
Cool.
So, are you at the same lake that you've been on?
Yes. I came back to Fairfield. I was at Nakanish yesterday.
Gotcha. Oh, we got Todd coming in here. Let's see here. All right, let's merge these calls. All right. I think we got everybody.
What's up, guys?
What's going on, Todd? How you doing?
Good. Just going through this pettiness of not losing my wallet. So.
Oh my gosh. Still, yeah.
It's been a pain in the butt.
Yeah. Todd lost his wallet last night. He's pretty much stuck. Terrible.
Oh, goodness.
I'm in Wytheville, Virginia.
Oh, Withville.
Yeah, Wytheville.
Yeah, man.
Fort Chiswell, Wytheville.
Yep. Know that very well. That's
So how's
there's-
fishing going today, fellas?
well.
Oh, it's slow today.
We've got Jeremy Baker, who's with us. He's at 92.75. Doug Wilson, 81.75. Kyle Evans at 81.75. Jeremy Brandis at 66.25. Charner Williams at 63 3/4. Matthew Charette putting up some fish on you, Jeremy. 59.25. He's coming up behind you, man.
Nice.
Siles is at 55 1/4. And Siles, you're taking on Mr. Conrad Benetti, correct?
I think Brad Case.
Oh, Brad Case. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Brad.
Brad
Yes,
Case.
yeah, that's right. I'm sorry, and that's 17 1/4 inches. So,
Now, Silas, I know you're going to have a rough day because I just left Texas. I know it's getting hot quick. The There's not a lot of wind. What goes through your game plan on a lake like Fairfield when you fish those kind of conditions?
Yeah, I mean, today's one of those days where, I'm probably going to have to fish a lot slower than I have been. I've been using a lot of moving baits. Today, I'm really just pitching around a worm. Looking for 5,
That to me, I guess the most frustrating thing for me is, I'm a power fisherman. I like to move waters and stuff like that. Like yesterday, I was fishing the live event, and I just kind of kept on telling myself, slow down, work your area. Man, that just gets to my head because I am not that kind of guy, man. I cover water and, throwing a worm or something like that. It's just not my thing, man. But you got to do what you got to do to get 5 on the board.
Man, I'll be the first one to tell you, a lot of those Texas lakes, especially East Texas lakes like Palestine, you might throw Fairfield in there a little bit, but on those days that it's like today when it's hot and it's not a lot of wind, for some reason that Texas rig bite seems to turn on.
Yeah, I'm not one to throw a Texas rig too much, but I definitely.
As he pulls in a fish.
You could have warned us.
Like, here we go, fish.
Up on them.
I'm not one to throw in a Texas rig.
Yep.
Yeah, here's a fish.
And he's going deep in his throat, so it must be pretty good. That looks like about a 16. Looks like about a 16 there, man.
Yeah, about a 16 and a half, I think.
That's the thing that a lot of people don't think about. When you're out there and you're mess fishing, you're not getting reaction strikes. You're trying to get that fish to see that bait and swallow it.
You need us to check back with you after you take a picture with it?
It might let me still take a picture. Let me try real quick.
Hey, don't bend that board, man. That board looks awful weak.
Mine's reinforced.
That was savage. I know that was savage. That was a Saturday Savage move. I'm sorry.
Too early, Greg.
No, it ain't.
No, it's never too early.
Yeah, that fish will go 15.
15. Okay.
I bet you if you flex and built a flex, that you could probably get it about 17 and a quarter.
Oh yeah, flexing. That's a 17-inch fish for sure.
Oh, no doubt.
Y'all ain't flexing right. You heat that sucker in the oven, you can get it to 20.
Oh god.
Put it in the oven. Oh my god, I never thought of that.
Makes that plastic soft like rubber, baby.
Oh gosh. Sounds like Mark knows too much about this.
So this could be a long segment, but I do want to bring this up. In the last year, we have seen so much controversy in regards to kayak fishing, and it's a shame because look, we're not playing for hundreds of thousands of dollars. We're only at most a couple $1,000s, but then that's split out. But then you have guys, like here in Virginia. We had a guy that, in our club and then the KBF monthlies would go out on Tourney X and steal guys' largest fish, Photoshop it, put the identifier on it, and then submit it. And he was doing that during the monthlies. And then he did it during a couple live events. What he did was he would pre-make the photos, and then on the back end there's a metadata tag. And then there's a website I guess you can create or that you can do that you can change the metadata and then upload your fish with the GPS coordinates and the times. And he was doing this for a couple events, and he kept on winning and winning and winning. We're like, okay, this guy's a machine. But come to find out, he was photoshopping it and changing the metadata stuff. I mean, if you got to go to that kind of length to cheat, I mean, you got a problem, man. I mean, it's just. It's not worth it, man. You can't fish.
It's a sport. I mean, in any sport, you're going to deal with people that try to get an advantage in an unfair way. Whether it's a contact sport or whether it's poker, it doesn't matter. it's a sport. Someone's going to be that kind of person. What it really comes down to is if you have integrity.
We got one, Jeremy?
Yep.
Nice.
All right. And the score is 1-1.
1-1, exactly. Silas, we had a 15. Let's see what Jeremy has here.
Oh, this one made me work.
We listened to a lot of wind for that fish.
Look at that. Look at that.
That is a sweet fish, man. Dude, look at that thing. Wow.
Hey, you guys do have external phone chargers on the water, right?
Yes, sir.
All right,
I
good.
do not.
Jeremy.
I know.
Well, then we don't need to keep Jeremy on too long because he's got a long day still on the water.
Yeah, I agree,
I
man.
might. Boy,
Yeah, I
he
agree.
does not want to be
Jer-
measured.
Jeremy's
Oh, yeah,
gonna
I
put up
gotta-
103 and walk
Well,
off the
he's
water.
got to measure. He's got to
I'm gonna
measure.
let you guys go. I'm gonna measure that, and
Yep.
then we can call back after or whatever.
Yeah, man. I tell you what, we'll
Should
get
be
back
close
with you
to
a
a
little
20.
later, man. We want to conserve your battery.
We'll give you a break, Jeremy.
Yep.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, man. Good stuff.
See you, bud. Nice fish.
All right, man. Well,
Yeah,
cool.
we don't want to drain his battery. It's something if we're going to bring guys on for extended time, we got to make sure we ask.
Most definitely. Then we're gonna let's see if we get let's see if we can get Mr. Conrad Benetti on the line.
Yeah, but going back to the controversy to finish that topic up, it's unfortunate, man, because you know we talk about how close knit the kayak fishing community is, and how you can look at another competitor and consider them like a brother, you know, and then to be able to look them in the face knowing that you're doing something shady, it's jacked up, man.
Yeah, man. I mean,
We just got-
but you know what gets me? It's like they don't think about the consequences. Okay, first of all, you're going to get caught. I mean, it's just a matter of time, right? But then,
We had a guy get DQ'd last night in the one night stand.
are you serious?
Yeah.
That's crazy. But then you've got the consequences to that. Like you can't fish. Like no one's going to let you fish your tournament. No one. Okay. I mean, and without in the right mind or any tournament director knowing that you're a cheater, you would never be allowed in. I'll be honest with you. I had was brought to my attention. We had a situation to where we had I don't know the names, but we had an angler that wanted to join, and I was getting messages, and they're like, "Hey, you shouldn't let this angler in. They have a history of having issues." You know, and I checked into it and did my research, and sure enough, there was a problem, and I just didn't let that angler fish, and I caught a lot of heat for it, believe you me. But man, the whole thing, whether it be golf or any kind of judging event or like angler centric event like this, the number one goal for any tournament director or any angler is to protect the field. I mean, you're invested into the competition, and our job is to protect the field the best we can. Do we do everything 100% right? No. But we got to make sure we have an even playing field. And if we have, somebody that's to be, I'm sorry, your history comes back to haunt you. You may be good now, but your history carries forward with you through your reputation. And so by that reputation, I couldn't let that angler fish. And it is what it is. I lost some.
It's not only about protecting the field. It's about
integrity,
protecting the integrity of the tour
and the sport in general.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just not right. I mean, you cannot allow that to occur, man. I mean, it's just no good at all, man.
I agree with that. Hey, Silas, what color worm are you throwing?
This is like a green pumpkin with red flake.
Golden.
I love that. Is that Guggen?
No, it's Gary Yamamoto.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Stanko. Okay. I actually kind of like, and I know this is controversial. I kind of fell in love with the Guggen lunker logs or whatever. They've been doing really good for me, and I also like the KVD Ochos, the coffee scented.
Yeah.
I love those things, man.
I'd say it's hard to beat a Gary Yamamoto though, man. I mean, the weight of it. I mean, it's like usually
the way it flexes in the water, the way that it falls, the fall rate, all that stuff.
Usually I'll pin like a real small lead weight if I'm throwing pretty deep. for like a wacky rig Senko. But with a Gary Yamamoto, I take that weight completely off because it's just like such. It doesn't have the buoyancy. It just lets it go, and you can control it so much better. I love it. It's a good bait.
And then when you're fluttering it in the water, bouncing it, it's got really good action, good movement.
Yeah, no doubt. Let's see if we get another angler on the line with us. Hopefully we can get. Let's try Mr. Marty Hughes. Hopefully he's
So
available.
who's our current leader?
That was Mr. Jeremy.
Lake St. Clair showing out again.
Yep. We'll try to get Marty on the phone. If we can't get him, I'm trying to get Kyle back on.
Kyle, who do you have on? Kyle.
I'm trying to get
Evans?
I'm trying to get Kyle Evans on. Yep.
Yeah, I saw the message he wrote. He said, "You guys trying to get a hold of me?"
Well, we got Marty,
Marty.
What's up?
Mr. Champion.
Well, it's not so good today.
That's
So
okay.
far.
It's okay. You had the same day yesterday, my friend, and it worked out fine. So head down, keep grinding, man.
I
It's
just
not
went
even
over,
10 yet there.
yeah, I just went over 222 feet of water.
Oh, wow.
So
Nico!
are you gonna do a drop shot?
Drop shot 200 feet.
Yeah, that's right. with a micro fluke, you're gonna be good.
No, you could cast all the line out in your reel and you're fishing for suspended bass.
When I get back to Nebraska, those lakes are gonna seem like a bathtub.
No kidding.
Hey, look, you got to throw a Carolina rig whopper flopper.
There we go. I'm headed to another cove, a cove that's got some smallies in it. But the place I was at, it wasn't bad. Nate was over there, and he was catching them, but I was fishing the edges, and he would have had a pretty good. He didn't enter today, but he had a pretty good number today. But I lost 2 this morning that were okay. So you know what? It is what it is. And I've already got this trip paid for.
I think you have your whole year paid for.
I got $3,700.
That's phenomenal, man. Good.
So the KBBT starts shelling out that money. I'll just do that full time.
Hey, listen,
The national championship, brother.
Hey, we need some of your sponsors, my friend. That's what we need to add it to the pot, for sure.
I'm gonna be the barbarian's neighbor, though.
Yeah, you're gonna fish the same water.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hey, so you're on Table Rock. Just a little bit of info about Table Rock. I talked with Josh Stewart and Eric Siddiqui last night.
Yeah.
Josh Stewart said, "I'm gonna win tomorrow,"
He is.
and he's got 80.5 inches. He's got almost a 10-inch lead over the rest of the field right now.
Yeah,
Wow.
He's on somewhere. He found a. See, they're draining the water, so what I believe is it sucked them away from the shoreline, because they were this morning. I was dropping a jig in about 20 feet of water, and that's where they were.
Oh wow!
Like I said, I lost 2 on the edge, but the edge is 10 feet deep. You know.
Oh,
Right.
yeah. Are you just sticking with points and secondary points, or are you trying to find little deep coves?
I was on tree lines, but
Okay.
that are submerged.
Right.
But there's bait everywhere.
Right.
You know.
That was the same with High Rock yesterday. There was bait the water was real muddy, but the bait was up on top, and they were just like jammed in these coves, and you just got to hang out there.
About 10 foot, 10, 12 foot maybe.
Right.
So, but I see there's some guys out here on the main point, but they're out, and there's some other guys in the tree line. We're gonna go in a cove across the lake here. How's is that Jeremy there?
No, that's Silas. Jeremy was on this morning, just a few minutes ago before we got you on. He's rocking it right now. I mean, he's at let's see if he uploaded
94.5.
94.5.
94. Well, he's probably gonna move on.
Well, not necessarily. I mean, Matt.
They come right at you.
Matt Charette's got 59.25.
Yeah, Matt's gonna give it all, man. It's not that. Listen, we said the same thing about Derek Brundle yesterday, and look what happened.
Yeah, you never know. You never know. I mean, I could get on 5 20-inch smallies.
That's right.
Yep.
So
Marty, I just wanted to let you know that I have accepted your application for Team Coach 2020 Pro Staff.
for what? For what?
Well, we're putting you on the Team Coach 2020 Pro Staff, you and Mr. Kennan.
What team coach?
Team
Coach.
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 Team
His last
coach.
name.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey, cool.
He had some napkins embroidered, so he's sending that your way.
We're sending you a shirt.
Oh, thanks.
Hey, Marty, and you get a 5% discount, so that is top-notch pro staff.
5% discount on what?
Yeah, we don't have any merchandise, but you do get a discount.
That's almost as good as my Yankee. That's almost as good as my Yankee Candle fishing pro staff team. Oh my god.
Silas, if you catch one more fish on camera, you don't even have to put in an application.
Hey, there we go.
He's trying to get that free pro staff.
I'm going straight Team Tungsten with this.
Well, I'm looking at the skies for you guys, man. Looks like same similar situation between Table Rock and where Silas is at.
Yeah, but Table Rock's 15 degrees colder.
It is, but I mean, it's still Bluebird's Bluebird, man. No matter what, you know. So
Yeah, it looks like the wind just started picking up, so
that's good.
we should get some kind of bite going.
That's good. Yep.
For what?
The wind started picking up.
It's beautiful here, man. There's like no breeze hardly. I'm feeling good.
Where are you making a
I bet
move to,
there's-
Marty? You going to do something totally different than this morning? Time to change game plan or what?
Throw a Ned rig in here and an eco. I'll probably throw the eco first, but
I think all you guys know what I'd be throwing right now.
Nothing, because you're out of the tournament.
what?
Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh.
I want to know how it went last night for Marcus.
Yeah.
I finished fifth, I think. I was one fish away from winning it, but I lost a big one on a frog this morning. Came all the way out the water on it, but never would hit it again.
Huh?
But
Wow.
it was, I got I think I finished with like 36 or so.
Cool. That's
So you qualified, right, for the championship?
Oh yeah, I'm in the national championship and the challenge series championship.
That's awesome, man.
Oh.
Congratulations, buddy.
And when I get home, the sleep championship.
I hear you, man. No doubt.
Yeah. Oh, we love like surfing. Yeah. We got a couple guys here. See, they're fishing. You guys caught anything? No. Yeah. Slow. We know the field.
Mm.
Smallies.
But
We're trying to get some smallies. Wrong place. Right place. What is that? Like a big stinker? Oh, you got a Carolina rig going.
Carolina rig whopper plopper. I tried to tell you, Marty.
I'm gonna put a Carolina whopper flopper down there.
That's what I'm talking about. See there?
That is definitely a smallmouth delicacy for sure.
That's something that they figured out in China, and they brought that technique over here to the United States, and it's something that's a secret.
If that don't work, try a wacky rig buzzbait.
There we go. We're in the right place for smallies, they said, but I don't see any fish on my sonar. 73 degrees.
What kind
I'll tell you what
kind of
though,
system do you have,
It was hot.
Marty? What kind of system do you have for your depth finder?
Humminbird.
Oh, the old Humminbird.
The Helix 8.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, those are sweet systems, man.
Top notch.
Yep. Silas, what are you running?
I normally run a Garmin.
Okay.
I'm going to throw
Yeah,
some Ned.
Silas hasn't had his fish finder for 2 weeks, he said yesterday.
Yeah, I actually broke out my old one, so got the 73 SV out here today.
Oh, okay. That's still not a bad one. A lot of people are running
You got the side
73 and
scan.
93 SVs.
Listen, I'm so old. I used to use those ones that had just the red lights and stuff, and just like mark where where the bottom was, and you had to guess between 5 and 10 feet. So those were the days, man.
I still got one of the old ones that used to print out the cards.
Oh gosh.
Silas, I do have a Lowrance HDS Live. I'll sell you.
I think I'm going to upgrade to a 106 SV.
There you go.
Yeah.
Marty, do you have a phone charger with you, man? We don't want to drain your battery, man.
I got 2 phone chargers.
Beautiful, beautiful,
The
good.
props
He's a seasoned veteran.
Yeah, I'm just old.
Well, to be honest with you, man, you were up to date for technology, man. So you know what's going on.
Well, I have kids.
And Marty, besides Conrad Benetti, if I'm not mistaken, you are the longest tenured KBBT angler that we have.
Yeah, like I said, I'm old.
Yeah, but it's so fun watching, this experience and just the consistency. I mean, this is all about consistency here, man. And momentum. You get on a run, man. You just go. Like I'm telling you, this. If we get Kyle Evans on the phone, I really want to just see him do his thing because I'll tell you what, man, that momentum is awesome. If you get it right,
Yeah,
you can ride that
third
wave,
best.
man.
I don't know if I'm gonna be consistent today. If I'm back home, I would. I can put up 90-something at home.
Sure. Well, that was even more impressive what you did yesterday, man.
Well, thank you. That was fun. That was, you know what? Everything lined up yesterday. It's not over yet. I got 5 fish in the last hour yesterday.
Wow. Yeah, it's right. It's not over for sure. Not over for sure. I'm gonna see if we get a hold of Kyle here real quick.
I'd be careful bringing too many anglers on. You'll start getting interference.
I can go, guys, too. So.
We'll be good, Marty.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Yeah, they do.
Hey, Rodney Kennan said you can buy a live scope now, Marty.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, for the hummingbird. Yeah,
Right.
I have to win.
I think Kennan needs the live scope after that skunk he got yesterday.
Oh yeah, on Table Rock, huh?
I don't know if he left the
I got hell for a week after Fort Gibson. It's time for me to start dishing some of that back out.
I think we're losing Silas. Yeah, we're losing him. All right, I'm gonna Silas, if you can hear me, man, I'm gonna take you off the call here real quick. All right. Kyle was unavailable.
Do you have his Skype?
Yeah, I do have a Skype. It was just unavailable. So.
we can try
That means Skype's probably not turned on his phone.
Yeah. Let's.
I'm gonna message him. I'll message him.
All right, let's see here.
What about that mean?
Charter Williams, man, moving up the leaderboard, 83 inches. Doug Wilson at 83 inches. Jeremy Brandis putting on the show too. Let's see if we can get Jeremy on.
Why don't you sing us a song, Marty?
I don't sing.
Hey, when I sing in the shower, man, the water goes back up in the spigot.
I'm gonna leave that one where it's at.
All right, let's see if we get Jeremy on.
Well,
Art,
this is pretty dismal over here.
Marty, if you catch a fish, Todd will sing you Backstreet Boys.
Okay.
Backstreet Boys.
Backstreet Boys.
I would think they'd be on the old road, the old shoreline. There's one. Right below
Really?
me. No,
All right,
not.
Lou.
I'm just saying there's one below me. Jeez. This is tough.
Says Jeremy's unavailable.
Iowa doesn't have cell phones over there.
Oh no,
Charner
where's
Williams.
Texas?
Charner Williams just got an upgrade. He's at 83 inches, tied with Doug Wilson for the second best bag of the day.
What do you got? Oh, wow. Hey, Nate's got a big small, you guys. Here, I'll put them on for you.
Yeah, sure.
Nice.
That was the one that was on my screen. I told you. He's got one. Look, guys, see it? Oh, man, look at that.
Let me see here. We can't see it, Marty.
Oh, this way.
Nice job, Gloria.
And you know what? I just marked that fish for you.
Very nice.
job, Nate.
He would have won today if he'd entered.
Wow. Real nice one.
You got Ned rig on? Ned rig? That's what I got. There you go, guys. I just helped Nate out.
There you go.
I saw it down there.
I have no idea what.
Here, and my companion is tearing it up.
That's just not right, man.
Country.
He might let me fish now.
Yeah.
That's got to be 20. 19? How heavy is head yet? I don't think I got heavy enough head.
Brad Case looks like he's off to a slow start this morning, guys. 17 and a quarter.
Looks like Conrad Benetti too, unless if he's not on the water yet.
He probably just got on the water. Yeah, I think he just got on the water.
Man, I'm telling you, it's about that time of year that the heat and the sun is going to play a role in Texas and Florida. You're going to have a morning bite, and then it's going to shut off. And I think that's getting ready to hit. So
Let's see if we get our buddy Matt Charette on the line. Somebody's got some real bad wind. It's got to be you, Marcus. Oh, Marty's gone.
well, we're all on here, and none of us are fishing.
I know. This is just not right. I should be fishing today, man, but you know what? I'm here for you guys. I'm here for you.
You know who I seen on the water this morning? Matthew Blatt.
Oh, yeah.
Hey guys, what's going on?
What's up, buddy? How you doing? This is Matt Charette's on with us, man. We're going to spend a little time with you. Is that okay?
I mean, if you must.
Absolutely, man. Dude, Jeremy's up on the board on you, man, this morning. But, man, look, I have confidence in you, man. He's at 90.
He came out of the gate hard this morning.
He sure did, man. But, dude, I mean, you're not doing too bad. 59 and a quarter? Not bad at all, man.
No, I've got a fifth one, but I haven't submitted it yet.
Okay. So it's just upgrade time, right?
Yeah, it's up. It has to be.
Yeah. Hey, do you have a phone charger and all that stuff? We're not going to drain your battery, are we?
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Okay, man. Yeah, let's just spend some time with you this morning, and that's the advantages of being in the Sweet 16, bud. You get the little FaceTime, and we get to talk and see the magic happen.
Yeah, there's not much magic happening this morning. The wind is ripping through here. I don't know if you guys can hear it.
Actually, no, not too bad. But I know on the East Coast yesterday, I was coming home, and man, I tell you, my truck was just bouncing all over the place because of the wind. It was crazy.
Yeah, they should be on beds right now, but I can't see anything in the water. So
Yeah,
it just makes it tough.
yeah, definitely. So what kind of equipment? What kind of yak? What kind of poles? What kind of bait are you using? Let's talk about tactics, man. What you got?
So I'm running the Vibe Shearwater 125.
Okay.
Most of my rods are Lew's Custom Lights with their Hyper Mag reel. And the past couple of days, it's been mostly a jig with a fire stock trailer. I can actually show you. So I think it's a Strike King KBD.
Gotcha.
And then I've been chasing it with the stick bait if they short strike it.
Gotcha. Looks like it'll be crystal clear skies, man. I mean, ultra.
Yeah.
Sun's high, starting to get high for you, man.
Yeah, Maine doesn't suck that way.
No, I hear you, man. I hear you. Yeah. It looks beautiful, man. I mean, gorgeous.
The wind is tough.
Yeah.
I'm kind of sheltered right now. That's why it took me so long to answer. I was motoring over to a cove.
Oh, no worries, man.
Yeah, so I'm running the Bixby motor, and I've been using my Lowrance TI2 to kind of see if I can spot the beds on the side scan.
Yeah. So give us your thoughts about yesterday, man. I mean, have you seen anything like that? In the overall just competition and coming down to the quarter inch and everything. It was crazy.
That was insane. And I am glad I wasn't fishing against some of those guys yesterday. I mean, they were just throwing up numbers. We expect numbers from like Benetti,
Right.
He's got like a 20-inch average. So
yeah, you're right. You're right. It's insane what he's been doing. I mean,
but
he's a machine.
Just what everybody did yesterday.
I was saying we had 14 guys over 90 inches. Let me say this: Eric Nelson, he won the KBF event yesterday with 83.75 inches. He was 24th on our list in terms of overall numbers.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I mean, I know we're all fishing different areas of the country, but all those numbers, majority of those numbers came from the north.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. Like, Brundle's always putting up numbers and stuff, but it was all people that you wouldn't usually expect to be putting up 90s, or people you don't even really recognize their names off the top of your head.
Yeah, and that's what's so cool about it. I mean, look, one of the things, Matt, is there's so many good fishermen that are kayak fishermen, and unfortunately what we do is we take the top 10 or 15 and we just promote the crap out of them and not paying attention to all the other guys who can fish. And that's one thing I was so adamant about, and I was talking to Marcus and Todd about. We're so adamant about grassroots style angling, getting folks to have recognition for being able to fish. And we're seeing, I mean, like who, again, I keep on going like the Jonathan Pepin, but no one heard about Jonathan Pepin ever. And all of a sudden he's just like, now he's a cult hero, of smallies. And and like Thomas Gent, never heard of that guy. Never even seen about Maine fishing. And everybody I talk to from the Northeast, like, man, he's a stick.
He's one of the most consistent guys out here, man. He's just we fish the same club, and every single time you go out, you've got to put up 85 plus.
Right. Have you talked to him since this whole thing started?
A little bit. We messaged back and forth a little bit this morning. I was trying to decide if I should come back to the pond I've been fishing.
Right.
Because there was a one-night stand last night, and I happen to know that Ken Wood's in the area. And anytime Ken Wood is fishing the same lake as you don't want to fish it afterwards.
That's true. That's true.
But Ken actually didn't fish here last night, so I decided to come back here because at the very least I've been able to pattern them here.
Right. So are you up in the northern part of Maine, or, I mean, whereabouts in Maine are you?
I'm from the most northern part of the state, and I live right now. I'm living at the bottom of the state, so I'm actually fishing relatively new water to me. So I'm still kind of learning all these largemouth tactics and stuff.
So how far are you from Katahdin?
So I grew up in the shadow of it. My high school was called Katahdin High School. So I've climbed that roughly a million times.
I've done section hikes on the AT, and I'm telling you, before I leave this earth, I'm going to do the whole thing. I've got to. It's just magical.
You should.
It's magical.
That's quite an undertaking.
It is. I know. It's
stupid. A few people that have done it. It's stupid.
It's not for the faint of heart, for sure. I mean, you've got to trust me. My cousin and I did it, and my cousin bowed out after 3 days. He just couldn't take it. I just went on. I was like, dude, I mean, I'm not. I'm sorry, man. I can't carry you on my back, man. You know what I mean?
No, and I feel like anybody that's going to even start doing something like that, they understand.
Oh yeah. Well, it's if you start if you go Nobo, it's like the first 30 miles will make and see if you can make it or not, man. Most people drop out the first 30 miles of it. It's just incredible.
Yeah, the first 30 are real tough, and then it kind of just gets real flat and boring, and then squeezing through little keyholes and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's the problem. Like up in New Hampshire and up your area, you got to climb like straight vertical, and then you're right. You're dumping over logs and everything else. So it's crazy.
Above tree line.
I've got to lose about 80 pounds before I do it because I couldn't fit through the rocks. But I figured, if I get halfway from Georgia to Virginia, I probably lose that 80 pounds, no doubt.
Well, you should.
You talking about doing the Appalachian Trail?
Yeah, I've done section hikes on it, man. It's phenomenal. It's just awesome.
Yeah, Mount Katahdin at the end, that'd be fun.
Oh, that's the ultimate goal, man.
It's a beautiful mountain. It's really cool up there.
Yeah. The only mountain that really would make me nervous is Washington.
Yeah, the world record highest wind speed was recorded on top of Washington.
Exactly. Yeah.
I bought a vehicle so I didn't have to walk.
Oh yeah.
That's my philosophy.
Hey, how'd you do fishing yesterday?
I did all right. I caught 2 fish before 7. Didn't catch another fish until like 3 o'clock in the morning. It was too small. Then didn't catch anything else until 5:30, and then between 5:30 and 8, I probably caught like 20.
Wow. Just turned right on then.
Oh, dude, it was just like this. I found it just so happened I was flipping holes in the early morning and in the grass, and I kept seeing schools of shad. This one little area, and I went over there, and sure enough, it was deeper. The grass was pushed down about 5 feet, and I just went at it with my fluke, and it was one after another, just bam, 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 bam. Then I got on the edge of it, flipped a frog in there, and on the first cast, I had a big one hit at it, so I flipped it in there again. She came all the way out the water on it, never had it in her mouth, and wouldn't come after it again. She's every bit of 7-8 pounds. I probably broke her off before.
Oh, so you take the top. The one night stand. It's the top 2 fish. You take your top 2.
Right, top 2.
Gotcha.
I'm hoping for some action like that this afternoon. I'm gonna need it.
Yeah. Hey Todd, give us an update on Table Rock, man. Day 2.
I was gonna say Matt don't want an update.
That's fine.
Well, let's give Matt an update. Oh yeah, you don't want an update. 95.75, man. That's what he's at. He just put another one on.
That's
I
awesome.
don't want to go against Michigan anymore.
It's not fair. It's not fair.
The way I feel about it is if I'm going to lose to someone, I want them to have a bag like that.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
That's how I feel.
It makes it easy for me too, because when I catch a 14-inch fish, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to take a quick picture of that, but that's not going to do anything for me.
I hear you.
I'm the complete opposite. Like if I lose to someone, I want them to have a crappy day because that meant I had a crappy day, so we had a crappy day together. I don't want to have a crappy day and then have them blow me out of the water.
Well, I'm hoping to not get blown out entirely, but it's likely to happen.
You find these bedded fish, you can come back in a hurry.
Yeah, and I've been grinding. It's just been a lot of small upgrades. I can't do that today and put up a 95 bag, I don't think. So we'll see.
For sure. So you're tucked into a cove right now, huh?
Yeah. I'm just kind of spinning in circles with my motor.
You're just scouting and sight fishing right now?
Yeah, there's a bunch of old beds here. I think they were bluegill beds, and I'm hoping there were some bass that kind of took them over, but I'm not seeing anything.
Are you a glide bait guy?
Yeah, sometimes. Not here, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. You have a lot of vegetation in that lake that you can't throw it?
It's a hydrilla lake. It's like one of only 2 hydrilla lakes in the state of Maine.
Yeah, you're not throwing a glide bait there.
I love fishing the hydrilla because those big shouldered gorillas come out of it.
Oh, no question.
But you have to get down to them in order to.
They know how to dig them shoulders in too.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. Well, they get big.
The
They
20
get
I
big for a
caught
reason.
yesterday when I set the hook, it felt like a friggin' stump.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh, I know how that feels. Oh, that's a freaking monster, and then you get it in, and it's like 19.
You start fumbling with your net early on before you even get it close to the boat. It's
you start fumbling with the net on the hook set. What are you talking about?
Hey, let's try to get. I'm trying to get Eric Polenz on the phone.
It's 20 feet from the boat, and you're still trying to get the net ready.
Yeah. Holding the rod up real high, and you've already got the net in the other hand. Like, what am I doing right now?
Yeah. That's my way of fishing.
Let's see if we can get. Let's see if we get Eric to get on here with us.
Your call has been forwarded to an.
Not answering.
You don't want to talk to the answering machine lady?
Nope. I'm gonna try to get Tori.
You guys there?
Yeah, I'm trying to get Tori on the phone.
Table rock update. Date. Josh Stewart lead 80.5 inches over. I don't know. Ryan Cummings maybe with 72, and Richie McMichael's in third with 57.25.
80.5 before noon on that lake right now is pretty good.
I'm gonna get you a random and high rock update.
Not answering. So.
Man, it's beautiful.
You always have bad luck getting people to answer.
I do have bad luck, man. But you know, hey, I'm not Mark Coates, man. They don't have my beautiful name and picture every time.
It's because you don't. It's because you don't have facial hair.
Yeah,
it's true.
I tried the facial hair thing, man. I just can't. It's just too hot and itchy. See, in DC, man, you know, listen, I know you guys have heat, but we have extreme humidity, and it's just nasty. I mean, it's just can't.
We don't have. It doesn't.
Have you ever been to Arkansas?
Listen, I will put DC's humidity up against any place in the United States, and I've been everywhere. I'm sorry.
Wow.
It is horrific in the summertime.
Come spend a week in Arkansas, you'll change your mind.
No,
You want to talk about miserable? I'd put Maine's winter up against DC's summer.
Yeah, that's miserable. That's miserable. No doubt.
You want me to put the hammer down?
You win on that one for sure. For sure.
I mean, sometimes the ice is so thick here, you need an extension on your auger to get through it.
What's an auger? We don't have those here, man.
It's just a big Milwaukee.
I hear you, man. I hear you.
You said a what?
Say what?
You said what is this thing you call ice?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we don't
It's
deal
like
with
the
that
stuff
here.
you put in your drink.
Oh!
Yeah.
Where do you find that at?
Just about everywhere, man.
Freaking, I think it's Merritt. Merritt sent me a video of a moose yesterday.
That's pretty cool, man.
They're pretty crazy animals if you've never seen them.
Are they pretty like violent, or are they pretty like just chill?
So they're dumb. So it's a 1,200-pound animal that's dumb, and when they're in rut, they just get pissed off, and yeah, they're kind of violent.
Oh, gotcha.
There in my hometown growing up, there was a guy that had a moose that was in rut in his backyard, and it felt like it was trapped in his fence, so it started ramming his house until it went through it.
Oh my gosh!
Wow. Wow. I think my buddy did that when we were drunk one time in high school.
Are you comparing your buddy to a moose?
No. Ramming our head through a house.
I feel like Greg should like tackle this moose challenge.
Oh, I would completely 100% win, man. Do you understand? They don't call me.
I would pay really good money to see you wrestle a moose and run.
You'd die. But
Do you see these? Do you see these fists? Come on now, these freaking fists. Morning.
They look soft, like you use Gerber's lotion.
They are soft. I am a banker by trade, so we have soft hands. But,
That's funny.
Oh man.
and you've got a pedal kayak, right? So you don't have to worry about calluses on your hand for a paddle.
I have a pedal, exactly. I am weak that way. I am definitely weak.
I'm just gonna go ahead and show these calluses right here. That's from last night. I think I got 30 fingers split open.
Jeez.
Well, one thing I can tell you I don't have is bass thumb, because I haven't caught a lot of bass in a long time.
He's multiplying going up right now.
I didn't until this morning, but I don't have fingerprints on my thumb right now. One thing about those Florida strain, they can take care of a fingerprint problem in a hurry.
Your phone stops registering your thumbprint.
Oh yeah, I quit that a long time ago. I figured out that was a no-no for fishermen. You ever get into trouble and you're scared you're going to get fingerprinted, just go Florida bass fishing for a little while. You won't have that problem.
I don't think you have to twist too many bass fishermen's arms to tell them to go Florida bass fishing for a while.
No question.
I would love Florida strain.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
A little Randleman High Rock Day 2 action. You got Jody Queen leads the field with 82 1/4. Nobody else is within 8 3/4 inches.
Wow. Rough bite. Not that I can say much. I wouldn't be doing too well today either.
It was brutal down there, man. I mean, it was just, that's one of the kind of the reasons why I just came back. I was like, yeah, this is not fun, and just getting run over by boats all day long, just not my thing.
Yeah, that stuff's miserable.
Hey, I'm gonna see if I get. I'm gonna see if I can get Dustin Arms on with you guys. I don't know if you ever talked to Dustin Arms like through Skype.
Nope.
He's an incredible guy, man. He's good people. Good people.
Hey, update. Silas Garrett put up a straight Donkey Kong. He got 88.75.
Very cool.
Straight Donkey Kong.
I think we got him. There he is, man. What's up, buddy?
What's up, man?
How you doing, man?
The arms.
Dealing with some stubborn fish today.
Yeah.
Welcome to the club there.
Staring at two of them right now, and they don't want nothing.
It's frustrating.
That's the
man.
worst when they just look right back at you and they're like, nah, brah.
You gotta cast a cast net.
Yeah. Hey, Dustin. Dustin, do you have a battery charger?
Do I? No,
Yeah.
not with me. No.
Okay. We don't want to keep you too long, man. Make sure we don't run your battery down, man.
Yeah, we should be fine though for a little bit. Anyway.
Okay. Well, good, man. We just want to spend some time with you this morning, man. Congratulations on your Sweet 16, man. Mr. Consistency. You've been running in the mid to high 80s throughout the tournament, man, and busted over 90 yesterday.
Yeah.
Good job, man.
Oh, appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, taking out Adam Reiser, that was a big deal, man. I mean, Adam, being from Tennessee, he's a stick out there. And then I'll be honest with you, man, I didn't give you any chance to get against Danny Gann. And
don't mind me.
Yeah, I didn't give you a chance against Danny Gann, man. But dude, beating Danny's a big deal, man. He's a stick in Florida. And again, we're talking about Florida,
Yeah, for sure. And I fished my butt off yesterday. Let's just say that.
Well, Dustin, man.
Well, you better do it again today. I picked you for 2 weeks in a row now, and you better take out Doug Wilson.
I'm working on it. All right. I am trying my damnedest.
Dustin, man, me and you fished quite a few events, man. In the past, and yeah, it's always fun to see in person stuff. But I'll be honest with you, man. Here's the deal. Have you now you've fished this event quite a few times?
Yeah.
Give us the comparison of the two, man. I mean, you fished plenty of live events, but give us the comparison on this quote unquote online hunting hole tournament compared to a live event.
You know what? I've always said you got to fish with the best to be the best. And in my opinion, to be the best, you got to beat somebody on their home waters. Something that they fished for 20 plus, 10 plus years. And, to do that, that says a lot about somebody,
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I mean, that just goes to show you, like, Brad Case, what he's been doing. I mean, he laid the challenge down to Sherman Bishop and then Bobby Marin yesterday, and he went to their waters and beat them. I mean, dude, it doesn't get any better than that.
That's absolutely ridiculous right there. I mean, that's basically a punch in the throat, if you ask me.
Throat punch.
Good old throat punch for sure, man.
All right.
I would have retired.
But I mean, listen. There's been plenty of men who've been beaten by Brad Case. So I mean, that's not. And to be fair, he does fish that water fairly often. I think he goes down every year and spends some time with his buds. But still, to be able to do that consistently, man, dude, it's awesome.
For sure.
So what are you doing today, man? What style? Obviously, you're looking for bedfish. What are you throwing at them?
The typical, wacky rig. Just a regular Texas rig, like a really light Texas rig.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy, but I'm flipping a 10-inch worm at them, and they hate it. So.
Wow.
I've never flipped a 10-inch worm for bedfish, and I tried everything in my power to get one to bite on like a little creature bait, and I said, why not? Let's just throw a 10-inch worm at them, see what happens.
They don't like
those. They
those.
hated it.
Yeah, I was say they don't like those big old objects sitting on their bed, man. So.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
I'll be honest with you, man. I mean, you're in the same latitude as us, man. I'm surprised that you still have bedded fish right now, man. I think we're pretty much post spawn here.
This lake, it's fed by fed by mountain streams, so the water runs a little bit colder in spots.
Gotcha.
So you got some fish that are pre-spawn. You've got some fish that are actually bedding right now, and then you got post-spawn also. So
yeah, Philly.
What's your water temp right now?
Water temp is running 76.
Wow,
that's right where I'm sitting too.
Yeah. So.
Well, Matt, throw a 10-inch worm, man. See what happens.
I actually have one tied on.
In my opinion, all the fish should be bedded out now. But
yeah.
It's really weird, if you ask me.
I mean, you know how it is. I mean, that whole cycle of the spawn, post-spawn transition, it's so tough, man. It's just I think that's the toughest part of a fishing cycle or a year is that particular time frame, because I mean, they stage, then they spawn, then they go back to stage, and then who knows where they go. Some of them go out deep, some of them stay shallow. It's hard to tell, man.
Exactly.
It's putting puzzles together, man. No doubt.
Yep. That's the fun of it. Part of the fun of it, anyway.
Yeah, it is, man. Well, both of you guys, man. I mean, you know, this Sweet 16 is a big deal, man. I mean, you know, anytime you get to Sweet 16, but this is an extra special Sweet 16, is because you guys had to go through 128 anglers. I mean, this is not a typical 64 angler field. This is a 128 angler field, and to make it to that next level, it's equivalent to the Elite Eight, so to speak. But you know, this portion, whoever wins today is in the money. And it's a fairly big pot, man. So you know, a lot's on the line today for sure.
For sure, for sure.
Yep. So Dustin,
Sorry, I had to measure that fish real quick.
Oh no worries, man. Good job. What Dustin? What you think about yesterday, man? Did you? I mean, all that freaking madness going on with the quarter-inch wins and the comebacks and the half-inch wins, and I mean, incredible.
That's the love of the sport right there. That's why I compete.
Yeah.
You know, I've been part of stuff like that, and it's not fun for either of them, really. But just to be part of it's crazy. You know?
Oh, I can't imagine. I mean, like, you know, just that whole Kyle Evans and Derek Brundle matchup, man, and just see that come to what happened. I mean, literally, I could not believe when I saw that fish come on the board. I was like, he probably tied him. And then when I saw the standings, he beat him by a quarter of an inch. I was like, oh my goodness, incredible.
Man, that can come down to just letting the fish chill out a little longer in your fish strips and getting a better measurement on it. You know, that quarter of an inch, it's all that. Sometimes it's less than a 16th that it actually is.
That's a great point, man. That's a great point. Hey, Matt, your screen's frozen, by the way.
My screen's frozen?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You might want to have to turn your video off and turn it back on. There we go. Yeah, cool. But you're right, man. I mean, it does. Sometimes it just comes down to that very. There is a technique, guys. I mean, you know, it's one thing to catch the fish, but your job's not done there, man. You've got to measure it right and get it done, and that's a technique all in itself. I mean, good Lord, I know I've lost plenty of big fish off the board, and it just makes you sick.
I've never lost one off the board, knock on plastic. But so when I had a smaller kayak, I always put my net on the fence side of the board, and if it flopped off the board, it went right into my net.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah.
Now that I've got a little bit more space, I don't worry quite as much about it. But
I was fishing a tournament. Listen to this. I was fishing a tournament, and Dustin was actually in this tournament in the NVKBA. It was the Potomac River tournament, and I caught this 21-inch bass. It would have been big bass and would have jumped me up the leaderboard, probably to like second at that point. I had this 21-inch bass. I went to go and measure this thing, and my drive kept on getting stuck. I was fighting waves and stuff. So I went to go take out I had this fish in hand, and I mean, my kayak was moving all over the place, so I wanted to stabilize my kayak. So I took the drive out and put it down over top of the Hobie hole, right? And so I'm getting ready to measure, getting ready to click this freaking picture. The 21-inch fish jumps off the board, goes down to the kayak, winds up slithering under my drive and out the hole and done.
Oh man!
I lost big bass.
Wow.
I lost big bass, and then like a couple casts later, I catch an 18. I would have won the whole tournament too.
Wow!
That fish today still haunts me, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
It was terrible. I mean, still to this day, I just want to grit my teeth. Hey, Gary was right near me, Dustin.
Yeah, I think I remember that tournament.
Yeah. Oh, Raznick.
That happened.
Yeah, Raznick and Gary were there. Yeah.
Dang, I feel like I missed a good story.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, we were talking about fish flipping off boards.
Oh, we don't need to talk about that. I had my worst year last year. I averaged at least one fish every tournament. We don't want to talk about fish flipping off boards.
I'll tell you what, for the new guys, for the new viewers out there that are just getting in the kayak fishing, there really isn't a lot of like how-to videos and stuff like that. But let's talk through the process of what you do to measure fish. Again, it's one thing catching them; it's another thing to measure them and take your photos and stuff. What kind of techniques do you use?
I tell you what I do. I've realized real quick, if you catch a gar first and slime your board with gar slime, that bass won't slip off of it easy.
Yeah. Well, why would you want to put a gar on your board? That's stupid.
Because, man, look, if it's slimy, then bass don't jump off, okay?
Yeah, sure.
That's some southern logic right there.
Yeah.
Cornbread and biscuits for the morning, baby.
So, I mean, the first thing I do is I put them on my fish grips, but I have a little bungee on the back of the grip.
Mm-hmm.
So when it locks, I can actually lock it closed so they never spit it.
Right.
And you got to let them chill.
Yeah.
If you don't let them chill, you're going to have a bad time.
I had this happen to me yesterday, man. It was almost 90 degrees yesterday, and I use a catch board, and the catch boards get super hot. And if you put a fish on a super hot board, it's like frying them. You know what I mean? And so I just try to get that board in the water for at least a minute, and just let that board cool down before I start doing the measurements. And typically, if you do that and the fish is a little bit more comfortable, they'll lay down better for you, man. But I think that's an underrated thing, especially in the South. If you throw a fish on a hot board, man, it's jumping right off.
At the very least, it's got to be a wet board.
Correct.
Plus, if you drop your catch board over the side of your boat on its tether, you've got an anchor for a little while.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another thing, too. For goodness sake, tether your boards.
I didn't run into that problem with the red board. I just got a brand new red one, and it didn't seem, I guess it's that maroon color, it didn't really seem to trap that much heat.
Really?
My pink one gets hot as hell.
Yeah, my navy blue one does. I mean, it was hot, man, yesterday for sure. Dustin, what do you do, man, when you measure your fish? How do you take care of them?
A whistle.
As soon as I catch it, I unhook it. I've got the fish grips with a bungee also. I put him right back in the water.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of chill for a second, calm my nerves, if I have to.
Right.
I then take my board out from under my seat. I'll wet it, dunk it in the water like everybody else was saying, and I'll just put it up.
Yeah.
Put the fish down on the board.
Do you angle your boards head down?
Yeah. It helps a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, that's what I saw somebody do that. I don't know, about 2 years ago, and I was like, yeah, man, that makes a lot of sense, and it seems to calm the nerves of that fish too. So, but then
I got a 26-inch board just because it lays flat in my boat. I guess I'm the only one that throws my fish directly on the board once they're in the boat. Just bam, get on the board right now.
That's why you lose one per tournament.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Exactly.
Last year, I ain't had one jump off. Never mind. Yes, I did.
I'm gonna look at the leaderboard
I had
here.
a 21 jump off.
Oh my gosh, dude! Jordan Westerman, 92.5 inches. Wow.
Jesus.
We need to get a hold of him too, man. I mean, we were just talking to him. He moved lakes, and I guess it worked. 92.5 inches.
That's still on the table for me. I might move lakes too.
Well, you got to make the call here soon, man.
I know.
Yeah, definitely make the call.
I'm in a lakes region, so.
Okay.
That Eastern time is losing time here.
Well, I don't see Todd on here. Let's give Jordan a call here real quick. Let's get all three of you guys on. Matt, you got another one?
Yeah, another small upgrade.
Yeah, nice.
I got my camera off because I grabbed something to eat.
Yeah, no worries, man. Jordan Westerman, dude, what are you doing? I guess the move made sense, man. Throwing some tanks on the board.
Yeah, man. It's kind of one of those. My day's turning out right. We fished this lake yesterday. Sorry, I'm trying to get my phone.
Yeah, no worries, man. No worries.
We fished this lake yesterday, and it was completely slicked over, so the frog bite was really good. Well, today, can you see me there? Am I right?
Yeah, you're good, man.
Today, we got a little. I've been on a swim. I just got here. I've been catching my swim bait, and they are chewing.
I see. Throw some hogs on, dude.
Yeah, it's good time.
That's a big swim bait, man. What is that? A 6-inch?
I think it's 6.5 or 7 inch. It's a 316 line through, and they're just choking. I mean, I don't even feel a bite. It just goes straight away.
Wow. So are you throwing them on the grass edges, or are you just throwing them in the middle of muck?
I'm throwing it along a riprap banks right now.
Okay.
With on riprap, and the other one, first bigger fish that 20 3/4 came on a weed edge, the inside weed.
Right.
I'm trying to use line through so that I get more bite. And, I get more bites to the boat, but the treble hook don't like the wind very much, or the grass very much.
Well, man, you're in a slobber knocker with Charner Williams, man, and he's throwing up some fish too, man. You're at 95, he's at 83. Wow, dude, good job.
Thank you. Yeah, I got time here. If this bite stays the same, it's gonna get really good here in the next half an hour.
Do you think you could break 100?
If I get a good kicker, which the way they're eating, I don't want to call it, but I definitely have a really good shot at it.
Well, we haven't had 100 yet on the board, this weekend. So Conrad Benetti was close, but man, that's solid. I mean, dude, 95 inches, great move, smart.
Did you say he was at 95?
Yeah, he moved lakes and now he's at 95 inches. Jordan Westerman throwing a massive swim bait against riprap.
Dustin, go to his lake.
It's only 1,000 miles away, man. You'll make it in no time.
Drive fast.
You got plenty of time.
Plenty.
Jordan, looks like you have very optimal conditions, though, man. Look, I mean, you have some cloudy skies. Looks like a little cooler weather. Is any precipitation your way?
Nothing. No. I mean, it's today and yesterday have been about as perfect as it can be. It's like 70 degrees, no humidity, overcast. Yesterday we had a little bit of sprinkles. But yeah, I can't complain. It worked out. When we saw the forecast for the weekend, I messaged Tyler and I was like, man, can we get some weather or something? This is ridiculous. And it ended up working out pretty good.
Yeah, man. You got another one? Oh, man, camera curse. Camera curse. What's
I know how that feels.
a very big fish.
Hey, is that a Elias V Fishing swim bait?
What's that?
Let me see that swim bait real quick.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, okay, that's one of those treble hooks that move through that guide.
Treble hook goes in.
Yeah, okay.
Allows it to move so they don't throw it.
Yeah, okay.
Usually, when I stick them, they're stuck, but I guess not with that one.
Yeah, those are great. Those are great baits, man. We use a lot of those for saltwater, for stripers and stuff.
Oh yeah, yep.
That's a bold move throwing that, man. That's big fish hunting right there, buddy.
I mean, this is how I fish 90% of the time is big only.
Go big or go home, right?
It's a commitment, but up here in Iowa, not a lot of people throw them. So it's like, it's a untapped thing where I don't want to say it's easy, but I spend enough time on it where I know where to throw what, and it pays off.
Well, it's paying off today, man, no doubt. I mean, dude, 95 inches, that's awesome, man. I mean, I guess, that's kind of hard because you got guys like Marty Hughes will throw the Ned rig, will throw the Nico rig, kind of downsize when the bite gets tough. But it seems like, and we have guys here in Northern Virginia, Dusty, like Brian Dillon and Jason DeMott and all those guys. They are big bait only guys, man. They throw freaking monster baits and they catch monster bass, and they'd rather take the chance.
Live and die. But
yeah, I mean, you're not going to catch as many fish, but when you do catch one, man, look out.
Yeah, and then when they turn on and they're on that big bait bite, like I've had some crazy, multiple 100+ inch days where all the fish came on at swim bait, and you're catching, 20 to 30, 3 to 5 pounders, and it's like it gets intense when they're on it. They're on it.
So, do you say 100% committed to it, or do you like if you're in a tournament, live event tournament, you're going into it like no matter what, I'm throwing this from start to finish, or do you make adjustments as the day goes on?
I make adjustments, but my biggest problem is I'll spend like those good hours of the day where I should get a limit. I go chase that big bite. And it pays off in big bass a lot of the times, but then it'll come down to the end of the day and it's like, man, I could have got an easy bite early in the day, but I chase these swim bait bites. So I let the fish tell me what they want. There's a lot of days where I can fish a tournament all day on like, a line through swim bait or a rat. Like a rat for me is like, I think a month and a half last year where I pretty much only fished a rat and nothing else.
Wow. You remind me of Chris Zaldane, man. Chris Zaldane is the same way. I mean, he's go big or go home. I mean, there's nothing in between, man.
Oh yeah, and that it's if you don't spend the time with the baits and actually put the hours of that day in on them, you could have passed over that school of fish that just needed that one big thing to come by them to fire them up. Right.
Now, do you use different colors in different situations, or are you strictly just like albino and let's just see what happens?
It all depends on the water clarity. Mm-hmm. If there's any kind of stain, that white or that bone color, it almost glows.
Right.
So I do that in anything like less than 2 foot of visibility. Anything over that, then you kind of match the hatch as close as you can.
Right. Yeah, I usually when we go out 4 or 5 miles out with our kayaks on the Chesapeake Bay, or if we're going out in the ocean and stuff like that, man, it's clear or anything. We use a chartreuse and white. I mean, that's it. We just stick with those colors, even if it's clear. It doesn't matter, man. And they just tear them up, man. It's awesome.
My problem, a lot of the lakes that I fish have pike in them, and I put any kind of chartreuse on it. Those pike just are magnets to it. So
right.
In the dirty water, that chartreuse really, brings the attention. It brings the attention to the wrong species where I'm at.
One thing was I was fishing Seminole this year for the Hobie event, and you got one?
Yep.
Let's take a look.
I don't think that'll call though.
I don't know. It's a pretty nice one.
That would call for me if you want to pass it over.
Yeah.
Give me a limit.
That literally looks like the same fish I just caught 10 minutes ago.
It's fair game. You caught it. That's hilarious.
I think my smallest is a 17, and that was a 17.
Gotcha. But yeah, I mean, I was fishing Seminole, man, and it was frustrating, man. Like the jackhammer bait and all that stuff was supposed to be on fire, and I was like, yeah, we heard a lot about it. I caught so many pickerel. It was so frustrating. I was like pickerel king. I guarantee you I won the pickerel event. But it was like I was trying to get through those toothy critters like it was nothing, man. It was terrible.
Esox love the jackhammer, man. Everybody raves about the jackhammer in the south and stuff. We use them up here, but they're expensive to lose to an Esox.
Yep. When you're on that kind of bite and you keep getting like pike or pickerel, if you can kind of get to the point where it's a pike, or at least a pike. I don't know how a pickerel is, but I think they're similar. If you stop reeling, they'll spit the hook and drop it.
Right. We have
pickerel are the same way.
We have snakeheads here, man, and on the Potomac River, and they can get to be 15, 20 pounds. Huge suckers, man, and they have two sets of teeth, one in the front of the jaw, one in the back of the jaw. So you can kiss your bait goodbye about 50% of the time. I mean, it looks like that pit from Star Wars. That's what their teeth look like.
We've got both, so they're like, it's the same, not the same species, but they're very similar.
Right, for sure. Oh my gosh. Hey, Dustin, I don't know if you're still on. He may have left. But Dustin's girlfriend, Stephanie, she's like, hey, I normally listen to music when I put my makeup on, but I'm sitting here watching fishing. Well, you have now become an official KBBT fan. And Mark Coates does the same thing when he puts his makeup on. He watches our broadcast. Oh. Dustin may have caught a fish. I don't know. If he did, great. I hope he did. He's in the battle, man. I'm going to give you some updates here. Jeremy Baker, 95.75. Jordan Westerman, 95. Silas Garrett, he just put a tank on. He's at 90.5 inches. Doug Wilson, 83. Charner Williams, still at 83 for you there, Jordan. Kyle Evans, he's ranked 6th. He's at 81.75. Jeremy Brandis at 74.75. Now, is Jeremy fishing with you, Jordan?
Yeah, and on to that point, do I or do I just go give him the mistake?
Well, hey, tell Jeremy to put his Skype on. We try to get a hold of him.
Okay.
For sure.
All right, this just in. We might be looking at an upset today. I just got information that where Brad Case is fishing today, they sprayed the grass last night.
Oh, no. Are you serious?
An airplane sprayed the area last night. So we could be watching a major upset and seeing Silas Garrett.
Horrible. So here's another story for you. I was down the Bass Series Elite tournament. It was right before the 10 Invitational. I was down near Toho and all that area, and I went to Lake George over at the St. Johns River. And last year, that's where Gary Klung had put up like over 100 inches. 100 pounds of bass in his 3 days there, or 4 days there, fishing the tournament. It was so juicy. It was beautiful the year before. I go there the same time this year. Not a single blade of grass was found. No, not anything. No pads, no nothing. They sprayed that entire river, and it flowed down in the Okeechobee and took that out too, man. It was a shame. I don't know what they're doing, man.
I don't know if Okeechobee's ever going to recover from that.
It's horrible. And if you look at the MLF event this year, if you look at the the Bass Elite Series this year, those guys all struggled big time because all the vegetation was gone.
That's a big body of water to not have any vegetation for the bass to hold on to.
Yeah.
I did hear that Okeechobee would most likely recover. It's just going to take about another year or two.
Yeah, Timothy Rodman says, stop spraying grass, something we can all believe in. I agree, man. I understand. Listen, I understand if you're like if you have homes and you have like docks and then the grass is like littered the entire dock area and then you need to get out to the channel. Yeah, then go ahead and take care of the grass there. But why are you spraying the entire lake and these bass are just you're affecting everything. The whole biological culture of that entire water system is just it's dead.
but we have it the other way up here with the curly leaf pondweed. It's an invasive species, and it's to the point where there are some lakes that anything 10 feet and under is completely matted out. You can't run a boat through it. You can't run your kayak through it. They have to hire people with docks to get their boats in and out. They have to hire guys to come in and literally chop the grass.
Wow.
With a big cutter, and then they have to hold, boat, big trailer bucket boats full of grass out, and it's a nonstop, never-ending thing for them for a couple months. And
yeah,
that's why we had to move lakes yesterday. We went to one where that pond leaf was just so bad.
Mm.
But here's the thing, they're trucking it out, and it wasn't even that bad. It wasn't even that bad when they would throw like 3 or 4 boats out there and just have 3 or 4 boats spray areas at a time. What happened with that really started screwing stuff up is when the airplane dropped the spray, or they send like 500 airboats out there with giant tankers, and they just super soak the entire lake. That's what killed.
But here's what gets me. I mean, it's most lakes and river systems, I mean, it's a whole watershed. So all that crap that they're doing, I mean, it flows out and it goes to the ocean, and it affects just, I mean, a whole array of fishing, I mean, for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of miles, man. It's horrible.
That's a good one.
Is that Jeremy?
Yep. No, the boat right next to me.
Okay, cool.
They're stacked up in here.
Come on.
We have a puppy
you guys have the
appearance.
same color beard.
All 3 of my dogs are the same color as my beard.
That's awesome. Dogs rule, man. Dogs rule.
And then we got DJ, their brother and sister, and then Duke is their dad, and that's my big dog. God dang it.
That's awesome, man. That's fun.
Oh, I know. I ain't been home.
Yeah. It's one of the reasons why I came home last night, too. But my wife kept on sending me pictures of my dog, depressed on the top of the stairs looking for me, man. And, I was nowhere to be found for a couple days. And I was like, I gotta go home and see my buddy.
We're dog people around here. They get they're people.
That's it, no doubt. I mean, I'm just gonna say this: if you're not a dog lover, man, something's wrong with you, man.
Dude, my dogs will sit on a chair and eat off a plate at the table if I let them.
Yeah, man, dogs rule. Dogs rule for sure.
Shut up.
So I was telling Marcus, I was telling these guys, Stephanie Paxton, who's Dustin's girlfriend, said that she normally listens to the music while she puts her makeup on, but she's sitting here watching fishing right now, putting her makeup on. I said, hey, coincidence, that's what you do too. Watch KBBT while putting your makeup on, man.
Dang right.
That's right. You do have a beautiful blush on there, man. Nice rosy blush. Matches your beard real well.
It's called East Texas Sun. That's the color. You can buy it at the local Dollar General.
Jordan, you mind if we get Jeremy on with you?
Yeah, I'll go cruise over to where he's at. I don't think his Skype was on.
Okay.
But yeah, it's worth trying.
Yeah, let's see if we can get him on with you as well, man. Jeremy's having a pretty good day as well. Tori Webb now at 75.5 inches.
You boys need me to ship y'all some 20-inch fish?
Yes, please.
I got plenty of them in here.
Don't be greedy. I'll take 3.
Oh, that's fine. That won't hurt it one bit. I need to get some of them out of there anyway. You know, this was my grandmother's pond before she passed, and when she died, there wasn't any fish in it, and I stocked this thing myself, and it's every bass I put in here was over 4 pounds, and I would not put anything under 18 inches in it.
Wow.
So there's some big bass, and that was probably 3 years ago, and I stocked it for a year, and then I just let it sit. So there's some big bass in here.
We're not allowed to stock bass here.
Yeah, I
Can't
heard that.
transport 'em.
I heard that yesterday, man. Because especially smallmouth, you guys have a kill on site. Smallmouth.
Yeah, in this county, it's kill on site.
Wow.
I don't, but they can't make you.
Right.
Well, see, in Arkansas, you can transport them home as long as they're within the slot limits of that body of water.
I see.
But like there's like Louisiana, I think, and there's a couple other states you can't transport live fish.
Yeah, we can't transport any live fish at all.
Yeah, there's some places that are like that. Arkansas is not one of them.
And we can stock our ponds with trout, but we need to get a license to do it.
Trout would survive in Arkansas ponds. All right, guys, I'm about to take a shower and go to bed. I've been up for well over 24 hours since I broadcasted. But good luck to you boys, and I look forward to seeing the finale show tonight.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate it.
See you, buddy. All right. He puts in the time, man. There's no doubt about it, bud. I mean, he's sold out for sure. All right. Let's see here.
Do you have any of these or anything like that? Throw it. They're chewing.
All right, tell him to put his Skype on.
Yep, he's gonna.
All right, cool. All right.
There's a boat crappie fishing right next to me, and they just pulled out a 21. And the guy's like, "Oh, we've caught like 4 or 5 pounders, a couple 4s, like."
Crappie fishing?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, a 4-pound crappie?
You guys should be downsizing.
Holy crap!
Start throwing some little rooster tails.
Yeah, no kidding. Wow. I think Jeremy's trying to come on with us here. Jeremy, you there? Hey, man, how you doing?
All right, I'm hanging in there.
Yeah, man. So, you guys have a pretty good day, man.
No, it was with Jordan, but I can hear him hooting and hollering halfway across the lake.
Oh my gosh, he's put up 95 and you're at 74 3/4, man. So he's got to give you some of that magical sauce that he's throwing, man.
Well, he was here yesterday and he marked some bedfish, so I'm trying to stay away from him. I don't want to ruin his day for him.
No, I hear you, man. That's duly noted. But you, my friend, are taking on Marty Hughes, and Marty's not having a good day, man. To be honest with you, he's struggling today. He pulled out a victory yesterday at Table Rock. He actually won the whole freaking thing, but he's definitely struggling today, man. He doesn't have anything on the board that I see, and you're at 74.75, but you know how that goes, man. With Marty, nothing's safe.
No, that's unfortunate. I like Marty. I was hoping he'd do really well down there again.
Well, he did move across the lake now. He's doing some smallie fishing, so he's just trying to regroup. There is smallmouth in the area. A buddy of his caught a nice big smallmouth where he's at, so they're definitely there. Matt, we just
caught a tank.
I see that freaking thing. Let me see it.
Just a second. Let me see it first.
Dude, wow. Wow. Heck yeah, man.
That's going to help.
That's definitely going to help.
I got to go videoless for a second.
Yeah, no worries, man. Wow. Well, Jeremy, we're gonna hang it. Do you have a battery backup, man? Are you good on your battery?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm still at
okay. 50%. Cool. Yeah, we're gonna hang out with you guys, man. The Iowa boys, taking on two different men across the country here, man. So one's in Texas and one's in Nebraska. So, be interesting how what you guys can do.
Trying to find a spot to put my phone here.
We'll have to get you on a big fight when you get here, Greg.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. I cannot wait, man. I cannot wait. I'm gonna bring you some baits that we use, man. It's called Elias. I don't know if you're into YouTube, but Elias V Fishing. He's a guy that's more saltwater guy, but he makes his own baits, man, and they're like pearl white, like there's like 8-inch shads, man. And I'm telling you, dude, they're sweet. We put them on ounce jig heads, and it's like 6/0 hooks. Phenomenal. Well, Jeremy, what are you throwing there, bud?
On the frog. I've caught 2 on the frog since I got here.
Gotcha.
He needs to cut it off and throw a swim bait.
Jordan got a big one.
Jordan, you got one on?
I'm getting messages. My buddies are calling me out because we're blowing up the spot right now.
You're not spot burning, man. Trust me. You're not spot burning. We didn't say the lake and all that stuff, man.
They're all. You can see it in the background. I'm like, somebody's gonna work that hard. They work hard enough.
You ever seen that meme of that like squinty eyes and like, you know, that's me looking at your background, you know, the fish you caught. Oh, it's crazy.
Friends that are like experts at that. It's ridiculous.
It's crazy, man. You know, we have this one guy. It's he has like this Facebook group. It's like Potomac River and Rappahannock group that we have. You know, fishing group. And this guy is always doing videos, and he's like, "Hey, I just launched at such and such ramp, and I'm fishing like this exact latitude and longitude coordinates, and I'm catching tanks." You know, and it's like, dude, the ultimate spot burner guy, man. We can't stand him. He's got a porta-john boat, piece of crap, you know, and he's just like this just noob. And I mean, we just give him so much crap. It's like we worked years trying to get to those spots and work those spots and try to, you know, keep them a secret. And this guy's out there like, you know, filming Bill Dance videos on exactly like, hey, you know, come to this ramp and, you know, this guy. I mean, it's like, come on, man, you're killing me. What are you doing? And then everybody's calling him out, you know, like saying, "You're such an idiot. Why are you doing this?" And he's like blocking everybody, you know. He's like Ben Roethlisberger on a blocking streak, you know, trying to block everybody on Twitter. So, Jeremy, you throwing? Do you throw those Strike King soft hollow bodies, or do you throw a little bit like a paddle tail? I'm sorry, you broke up.
You're asking what type of frog I throw?
Yeah. Are you throwing the hollow bodies, or are you throwing paddle tails?
Hollow body.
Oh, hollow body. Okay. Somebody said yesterday the new what was it, the new Zoom hollow bodies are junk.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't tried them.
The Zoom or the Z-Man?
No, I think it was the Zoom. The Zoom came out with new hollow bodies. Somebody had made mention that like they're just complete trash. So how big is that lake that you guys are at right now?
I think it's like 100 acres.
Oh, it's pretty small. Yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah. but that's why we keep switching lakes, because it's like you can.
Hey man, we got a surprise call here. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can take this call here real quick. Is that Mr. Doc Acosta?
How you doing, buddy?
Hey man, I'm always willing to take your call, man.
Driving home.
How you doing?
I was driving home. I thought I'd call in.
Heck yeah.
I was walking through Bass Pro Shop here in Texas, one of the biggest ones. Listening to the show, and you guys are catching some big fish.
They are catching some fish. Matt, let me see that. We got a big fish there, man. What it? I mean, that looks like a.
It's 20.5.
20.5. Good for you. That looks like about a 5-pounder, man.
Yeah, she's definitely got some eggs.
Yeah. 20.5.
Look at her tail, though. They're not on beds yet.
No, not yet, man. That's crazy.
Wow.
Good for you, bud.
One of the things I've noticed is the fish are healthy. They're great color. They got big bellies on them.
Yep.
I mean, they're beautiful fish.
Doc, we were just talking. We were just talking this morning about like Florida and areas they're spraying a lot of the lakes and stuff. Are you seeing that down in Texas?
I've not seen a lot of it in Texas. There was a conversation about it about a month ago, but I think we're pretty lucky here. It's not really happening over here a lot, or at least I haven't heard of it happening a lot over here.
Right.
We have a lot of lakes that are ran by the Army Corps of Engineers.
Right.
Yeah, so I don't think they're really big into doing that. And then a lot of our lakes are also, there's a lot of rocks, and they don't really have a problem with vegetation too much.
Right.
I don't know if is that the reason why they're spraying it, is to cut down on the hydrilla?
Yeah, man. I mean, a lot of the grass gets kind of ridiculous, and the homeowners, that have, docks and stuff on the waterways, they're really, they're basically trapped because you can't get, out, and they're having to dredge every year. So, from a cost standpoint, what they're trying to do is just kill the grass completely out. And if you looked at the Lake Okeechobee tournament this year, the professional guys, bass guys, really struggled trying to find fish, and it was the same thing with the St. Johns River system. They were just almost impossible to find. Those guys, like Rick Klung last year, won the tournament with over 100 pounds. It was incredible. I think this year they won it with maybe, I think it was like 60 pounds or 65 pounds. It was a huge drop off.
Yeah, that's a big difference.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it had to do with the weather that came in, but there was just zero. I fished that tournament. I mean, I fished there a week before that tournament started, and there was zero vegetation. It was so sad.
Oh, wow. But you can kind of see it from both sides. I mean, those houses on the lake aren't cheap. Most of them have boats and docks or anything like that, and you spend that type of coin on a house.
Yeah.
You want to be able to use your boat and not have to worry about, getting hung up or the engine or anything like that, sucking up some weeds. But then it's not very good for the sport, as you just explained. It's not very good for fishing.
Right. Hey, Todd, turn your video off. Todd, turn your video off. I got Doc on.
Who's there with the hoodie and the gray skies in the back? I see.
That's Jordan. Yeah.
He's got some nice guys back there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Hey, I had a question for you. So I signed up for the team tournament, and I signed up for it. How's that going to work? Because right now, Rolando Nandin's looking at it to see if him and I can partner up. I actually didn't have a partner. So how's that going to work?
Well, it's funny you say that. I haven't looked at it, man. I'll be honest with you. I was traveling all night, trying to get home to do the broadcast. But I need to look at I know the team tournament's filled up, so there's obviously another angler out there that signed up as a single, and we got to figure that out because I know there's one guy that came in and created the last team. There are 64 anglers, but I do need to see how that works out. If you're in there as a single, there's another single. There has to be another single. So we'll have to see how that pans out.
Yeah, because I signed up honestly, a friend of mine called me and he's like, "Hey, have you signed up for the team tournament?" I said, "No, I haven't had a chance to. I've been focusing on, this weekend tournament." So I went in there real quick, signed up, and he met me back. He was talking about the tournament.
Right.
So I signed up for the KBBT tournament. I thought that's what he was talking about. So.
Yeah, I'll take a look at it. I'll take a look at it today. We definitely want to do the team draw. We'll do that team draw here this week for sure. We might even do it tomorrow. I have to, but again, I have to make sure all the teams are ready. So,
what's up, y'all?
How's camp going? Hey, how's it going?
I'm gonna keep you guys on the phone all day.
Did you just bust another one, Matt?
No, I didn't. But I mean, I've called 3 times since we've started talking. So
that's awesome, dude. Let me see what you're up to now, man.
Oh, you can make me share it?
Oh, you're not gonna. Oh, I guess you haven't put the other one in yet, have you?
No.
No. Okay, gotcha.
I'm too busy with you guys.
That's fine. That's cool, man. It's
It's
certainly
not
going to help you.
sandbagging if I caught it live, right?
No, it's definitely not sandbagging if you caught it live for sure.
Is Benetti on the phone? I mean, on the board yet?
I don't. Let me see here. Yes, he is. He's at 58.25.
There you go.
He's doing his Benetti thing, getting on the water late and then throwing some monsters up.
Yeah, that's 2 fish. That's what you failed to mention.
And probably so, yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, 2 30-inch fish for sure.
We're gonna need a bigger board.
Oh my gosh, that guy.
The guy's a machine, and I mean, I'd love to fish with him just to watch him go to work.
Right.
One of the things when I get to Florida, I definitely want to meet up with him and fish with him. But what I wanted to do is I'm gonna take a camera and I'm just gonna watch him fish all day, and see what he does and where how he catches those freaking fish, man. Dude, he's on an 8-week winning streak. An 8-week winning streak. That's insane.
Yeah, that's insane. I mean, you got to give some credit to the body of water he's fishing. But
yeah,
like he's pulling monsters out of it consistently, though.
That's right. He did say that he was not going to take me to the Bass Pro Tank that he usually gets his fish from. We're actually going to go out to the Everglades this time.
You might not come back then.
That's right. I might not come back. Oh, that's how I felt yesterday, man. I went to the Yadkin Swamp, man. And like way back in the swamp. And I'm telling you, I saw the biggest freaking water moccasin I ever seen in my life. And I'm like, I'm going to die. I swear to goodness, I'm going to die out here, man. It was huge. I was like, forget this, man. I don't do snakes, man.
We did
I saw the largest water moccasin I've ever seen the other day. And I froze. This thing was a monster.
Oh, yeah.
I don't do snakes.
One thing
we did a photo shoot for this new shearwater boat, and we went down into the Everglades for a week. We were on the salt side, so we were dealing with like crocodiles and stuff. Man, it's such a wild place.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. I told that snake it was trying to come to my kayak, and I'm like, listen, we have a governor order. That freaking thing better practice social distancing because I ain't playing around with that thing, man.
It's like I'm 6 feet long, so
come at me, bro. Come at me, bro.
Yeah, come at me.
I don't know how you guys can be so calm being that close to alligators, crocodiles, and all that. I can't do it. The snakes around here are predator free, so I can't do it. Be that close to those alligators and crocodiles.
It was weird for me being from Maine because like the only thing we have up here that can kill you is a moose. So we started our trips three days in a row. We started in the dark and we had to paddle through mangrove tunnels in the dark. And it was, man, that was terrifying. You'd hear something and it would just be like, okay, just keep paddling.
Just keep going.
Wow. Hey, man, Thomas.
What we do to get to those good spots.
Hey, Matt, Thomas Jett just joined us, man.
Oh, all right.
Cool. The pressure's on. Hey, Thomas, if you just joined us, man, he just put up a tank on the board, 20.5.
Woo-wee. They're going at it today.
I need at least 3 more of those to even come close to the guy I'm fishing against.
Yeah, Jeremy's throwing up some big numbers still, and he's at 95 3/4. That's big time. So Doc, give us your thoughts about yesterday, man. The competition and how close everything came, and I hope it was just as dramatic coming across the broadcast as we saw it come across our screen, during the day. It was incredible.
Yeah, it is amazing. I was thinking about that as I was driving, and I don't know if you said it, Greg, or anything, but you have an individual who won a major tournament with his numbers, but yet he went home.
Yeah.
I mean, that itself says right there what the numbers that are being put up. I mean, if
you won a lot of money.
You're putting up 90.
Eric Nelson was 24th in rankings in our numbers, and he won the KBF event in North Carolina. Marty Hughes, I think, was 21st, and he won $3,700.
That's insane.
I mean,
that's amazing. That is awesome.
It is. It's
insane. I mean, even right now, you're looking at these guys. These guys right now are putting up huge numbers. I mean, it's awesome. A lot of it. I mean, that tells you right there. When you come to fish at KBBT, you better be ready. You better.
Hey, Jeremy just caught one. Let me see that, Jeremy.
Let's see it.
Right.
Nice, man. Very nice.
One right after the other. I guess the camera curse is over.
Yeah, I think we busted that camera curse a long time. It was the Derek Brundle busted it a long time ago, man. That thing, Derek Brundle's a machine. You get him on, he's catching fish, man, no doubt.
He'll catch fish for 6 days in a row too. That's the thing about Brundle.
Yeah, no doubt.
Oh yeah. I mean, I was reading some of the comments, and I mean, there are some amazing anglers fishing in this league. It's awesome to see these guys and the numbers they're putting up, and the fact that these guys are out here talking about the techniques they're using, the colors and everything like that, shows that they're in there for the fun of it, for the sport. It's not really about money or winning and all that stuff. They're in there for the sport itself and to make it grow.
Right.
Because just listening to the broadcast, I'm learning stuff.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the whole thing. That's why we do this, man. Is because we're all trying to learn, man. I mean, you can learn off one another. I mean, every region has its own way of doing things. I mean, it's just like today. I mean, Jordan Westerman's busting out these big, huge swim baits that I wouldn't even think about throwing. I mean, I wouldn't even have the guts to throw, especially if I was in a tournament.
Nope.
Not a chance.
Not in a tournament. I'll fun fish with that, but not in a tournament.
Yeah, I mean, listen. I mean, this is like one and done, and again, all the guys going home today missed the money by one mark, or one day, and this guy's throwing like freaking 6-inch swim baits through grass.
He's throwing a measurable bait.
Right. That's true, man.
Yeah.
That's so true.
With confidence too. That's the thing that gets me. That's all or nothing.
Yeah, that's big. Go big or go home.
Yeah, when he was talking about it, he was definitely confident about it. Like somebody just throwing a regular swim bait. No, he was talking about it like, oh yeah, this is gonna catch me some fish right here.
Yeah, and it did, and not only that, on top of that, making a move, to from lake to lake and doing that, it's impressive stuff, man. Really, really cool.
Yeah, but yesterday, I mean it was a grind all the way around. I was talking to Rolando, and he had a bit of a struggle.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, any given day, I mean, it could be anybody's game.
Well, Rolando almost pulled it out yesterday. Rolando almost pulled it out at the very end, man. He needed one kicker fish, and he would have moved on, man. But that just goes to show you. I mean, look, the old adage of Texas and everything else. The North, like Michigan and Iowa yesterday, put on a light show. Texas struggled, man.
Yeah, we did. And that wasn't only, in our group fishing. I talked to a couple other guys that fished other tournaments, and they were struggling too. And they were on bodies of water that usually produce big numbers. And, they were struggling.
Right. Yeah, it's just. We'll have to drop Jeremy. He looks like he has a frozen screen there. All right. So Todd, let me see here.
I'm gonna get off and let other guys get on and talk.
Well, thanks for calling in, bro. We appreciate you calling in, man.
All right, you guys. I'll talk to you soon.
Hey, man. You're welcome anytime, Doc.
See you, Doc.
Our special Texas analyst. All right, buddy. Yeah, man. You're more than welcome. Come on anytime, buddy. Take care. Bye-bye.
See you, buddy.
Well, let me give you a little 12:37 update. Here we go. Jeremy Baker at 96 inches now. He upgraded again. Jordan Westerman throwing tanks 95. Silas Garrett at 90.5. Doug Wilson 85.5. Charner Williams 85.25. He's climbing up there. Torrey Webb again. The T Sizzle 83.75. Taking on Jason Starley, who's struggling today. Jason's struggling, man. 38.5. Kyle Evans at 82.75. Man, I'm trying to get Kyle on. Let me see if I can get him on, man. I've been trying. And hopefully we can get him on here. Because we definitely need to talk to this guy.
I wrote him on Facebook, and he's not read my message, so I don't know what's going on.
He must be in a bad area then. He must be in a bad area. Dude, I enjoyed it, man. I enjoyed it, man. We watched Matt catch a 20.5 incher, and just talking to these anglers as they go, man. I've had a great morning. Kyle is on, dude.
What is going on?
There's the star, man.
What's it?
How you doing, man?
I'm dealing with some really bad weather right now.
Oh, are you really, man? Well, we don't want to compromise your safety, man.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I got back into where it's calm, so.
Okay, I can see the white caps behind you, bud.
Those are about 4-footers.
Oh, dude, on a kayak? Wow.
And that's where I just came from. I just did about 2.5 miles of that.
Oh man.
So I'm
done. One of the fearless anglers on the water I've ever met.
Well, I tell you what. Let's talk about that as you're doing that, man. I mean, we've all been there. We've if you're an experienced kayaker, you've faced conditions like that. But what do you do, man? I mean, when you see stuff like that going on and you get caught out in that, what's your mindset, man? What do you have to do?
So fortunately for today, I launched and I went north of where the launch was at, and the wind's coming out of the north right now, so I was able to ride the waves back.
Right.
But if you get caught the other way, especially on a big lake like St. Clair, just don't even mess with it and find the safest place that you can go to get out of it.
Christine Fisher had made a video. She was fishing St. Clair, and it was an awesome video. She was fishing rocks just off by the lighthouse there, and they got caught out in some ridiculous weather. And I think a couple kayaks. She made it back safely, but a couple kayakers that were fishing around her had to be rescued. It got really, really bad out there, man. So that freaking lake can turn. Yeah.
And funny thing about today is that this wind wasn't even forecasted.
Yeah, good old weathermen, man.
Yeah, they're great at their jobs.
They are. They're fantastic. I wish I could be that wrong and make that kind of money.
Right. So I don't know. As far as the day went, I mean, I had a pretty decent day. I think I got up in like 81 or 82 inches. So
yeah, man, you're doing fantastic, man. Yeah, no complaints whatsoever. I mean, Eric's struggling though, man. Eric is 49 and 3/4, so you definitely have a leg up on him. But man, don't turn your back on him, man. He's going to come right for you.
Yeah, I hope. I mean, I love the guy to death, but I hope he doesn't find any big fish.
Well, Todd, these are your boys, man. You take this interview. Go ahead, man.
No, I mean, you doing the same thing as yesterday? You sight fishing, bed fishing? What are you doing, Kyle?
Wasn't sight fishing at all yesterday. It was, I forgot to actually mention what I was doing. I was just throwing a 1/4 ounce jig with a swim bait all day.
Oh.
And then I just went back to the same spot that I kept hammering them on that last 30 minutes yesterday, and it was still holding decent fish. So I just fished a couple other areas until the wind came.
Kyle,
what is your? Go ahead.
Kyle, you were part of the most exciting event we've ever had here at KBBT. I mean, we're young, but I don't think you can get any more exciting than what you did, man. First of all, what was it like to be a part of that? And then when you went to bed last night, what was going through your head? Well,
during the reveal, I was on pins and needles. I didn't know what was going to happen until you said that it was only a 1/4 inch difference. After that, I mean, I was just excited to get to be able to fish another day.
Right. So talk to us. I mean, this is your first time in the bracket, and now you've gone through a couple rounds. And I like to ask different anglers and different perspectives, but you fish live events, and then now you fish the bracket, man. So I mean, kind of go into the differences between the two, and it seems like you are extremely emotionally tied. Like you're talking about, man. But tell us the roller coaster that this event does.
I love it. I mean, I love the live events because everyone's on the same body of water, but I love going up against people that you normally don't go up against on their home waters, and it adds a very interesting dynamic to it all. I mean, you don't know what the other guy's going to pull out until it's all done.
I know. And that's what's scary, man. But, I mean, to do what you guys did, I mean, that was like literally hitting a walk-off home run in the bottom of the ninth. I mean, it was ridiculous what you did yesterday.
It was awesome.
I mean, I knew after I got a couple big fish, I was going to get close to him, but I had no idea I was going to catch up to him because I was down quite a bit before that happened.
Right, you were down like by 8 or 9 inches.
Yeah, that's what Todd said yesterday.
Yeah, and
I think you had 81 and a quarter, and then you upgraded right before the board went off and got to like 86 or something. And Derek was sitting at 94, and he didn't upgrade anymore. And I was like, good try, Kyle. And then I saw you got the one fish to get within like 1 1/4 inches, or maybe it was a 1/2 inch or something. I don't know. And then I was like, oh my God, I wrote to everybody. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, and then now you only have like 12 minutes, 11 minutes left. And I'm like, good run, bro. That's what I was thinking to myself. And then to hear that you won, dude, that was awesome.
Well, then I think that last 1950 came in at that 8-minute mark too.
It was right at 8 minutes, man. You had to have been. First of all, I couldn't imagine. I don't know how you measured that fish. To be honest with you, I would have been shaking like a leaf when I had that freaking fish on the board at that time.
I mean, fortunately enough, these fish have been sitting still.
No, I'm saying I couldn't handle it. I would be shaking, like taking the picture. Because, I mean, trying to get it done and submit it in time and all that stuff, man, that's ridiculous.
I mean, I think the first 19 that I got, it was she was sitting there. I ended up dropping my phone. And it hit the bottom of the kayak, and I was like, oh, this is over. I lifted both my hands, and I'm like, she's going to go over, and I can't do anything about it. And she just stayed right there.
Wow. Those are the lucky breaks, man. Those are those untold stories, the lucky breaks that are part of this sport, man. It's just so cool, man.
So was that 19 and a half? Was that your big of the day?
Yeah. Yep.
See, that has to feel amazing. Like, I caught my personal best in the April bracket. It was a 20 and a half, and I shook for 5 minutes. Like, I was nervous, pumped up, the adrenaline was going. When you can clutch a fish like that, and it's your biggest fish of the day, like that, like Greg's trying to say, like, you had to have been. Were you nerve-wracked at all, or were you just calm and Like it
I
didn't.
was calm until I let the fish go. And then I was like, holy crap, that might have done something to get me up here. But all throughout the fight, well, the fight was kind of it's kind of nerve-wracking because it wouldn't come up. I honestly thought I had catfish at first.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, it kept diving on you.
Oh yeah, but that was the only nerve-wracking part. Was just the fighting and hard runs, and I had my drag locked the first run it took. I thought it was all over after that.
Right. So where are you headed now? You going in more shallow water and obviously you're going to calmer water, but what's your plan now, man?
I mean, it doesn't look like because I'm actually in the Detroit River right now.
Okay.
So I mean, there's not
way down there.
Yeah, I'm not. There's not really much I don't think I can do right. I think I'm honestly done for the day.
Wow. So it's basically
is the wind too bad?
Yeah, it's coming out. It's coming out of the northeast. It's blowing right in. It's blowing right into the river.
So you have 3 hours and 12 minutes. Knowing the lakes that are around, is it worth it to try to go to one of those lakes to see if you can't pick off a 16 or 17?
I mean, it could be. It could very well be worth it.
I mean, because you saw what Eric did. He was 92.
I'm not totally done yet.
Okay.
I got a couple of things up my sleeve I can try, which I'm gonna do when we get off. But.
Yeah, and I understand.
You broke up, Todd.
Yeah, I know.
Hey.
I'm going through Ramen Roanoke.
Yeah.
Todd's the cyborg again.
Yeah, that was crazy last night. I was just like, come on, man. But what do you expect? It's hotel internet, and I think that's what a lot of things was happening. We try to make the best out of it, man.
Right.
It is what it is.
Funny.
Oh yeah,
it was funny.
It was hilarious. I was like Chewbacca or whatever. It was freaking hilarious. So Kyle, I noticed your mom's a big fan of this, man. She's been all over this. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, she's like you said, she supports it 100%. I mean, she gets excited when I go out and do well in these. So it's good to have her behind me. My girlfriend, her family, my whole family. I mean, it makes going out and spending 2-3 days, full days on the water that much better, knowing that I got a good support system back home.
You sure do, man. Because I mean, I kind of look at and follow a lot of the guys who fish these tournaments, and you have just a tremendous fan base, and a support system, and you get a lot of accolades and stuff like that when you continue to advance, and it just continues to grow as you get further through this, man. It's really cool.
Right.
And I'll be honest with you, man. In your area, I mean, you've definitely solidified your name as a hammer. I mean, there's no doubt about it. I mean, when they see your name up on the board and they see you fishing the same tournament, man, be like, dude, I got to bring my A game. Yourself, Eric,
right?
Those
Jeremy.
Guys up there, man. Jeremy, yep.
Yeah, I mean, and all three of those guys are the club that I run, Mayo Kayak Angler guys. And Kyle was in the running for the Angler of the Year last year, who Steve Galloway won it back to back. And if we can get him in one of these tournaments, you'll find out that he's a stick.
Mm-hmm.
He's a guy that you would get to know pretty well.
Yeah.
And then Eric Siddiqui got second. And I think Kyle Evans got what'd you get, third or fourth in AOI last year, Kyle?
I think I got, if I can remember, I think it was fourth.
Fourth. So yeah. I mean, we have a pretty stacked club with a bunch of good anglers, and Kyle's pretty well known in the Michigan, Ohio area.
Your mom's watching now, by the way. She says hello. Yeah. So I have a question now, man. I mean, so we are starting to see again, the quality of anglers coming out of that area, And with all the other tournaments, there's a lot of. I mean, Eric Siddiqui is very well known. I mean, he's one of your very well known anglers. But again, we're proving very quickly that there's other names out there besides your Cody Miltons, Eric Siddiquis, and everything else. I mean, I wish other tour series and other series would focus on the more grassroots, and I think you're starting to see a shift now from KBF, and I think KBF is really kind of refocusing their attention with Chad going out and fishing with other people, and I think it's great, man. I think it's sometimes when in this situation with the COVID-19, it's really got a lot of people rethinking things, but it is so cool to kind of see on this side watching you guys become stars. I mean, and becoming big names, and getting the so well deserved respect that you guys so much, that you work for. And sometimes you just need a camera and a platform, and man, people would take notice.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, as I said, there's just as not. I mean, Russ Snyder's is a freaking hammer. I mean, and he is. I mean, in my opinion, I think he's the top ranked angler in the United States. But we're finding out there's anglers that are just as good. On a consistent basis, man. I mean, they're just as good.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, you gotta, like, if you think about this, and I know I refer KBF a lot because I know a lot of stats. I followed KBF since the beginning, but Ohio has two of the five national or is it two of the five or two of the five national champions, right? Or two of the four. And then Mike Elsey out of Indiana is the other. And then you got Dwayne Taft won it out of Texas.
Yep.
I mean, Ohio, Indiana, Kentucky with Jay Wallen, AJ McWhorter, guys like that out of Kentucky, Chad Devitt. You got guys out of Michigan like Bogdan Korostetsky and, Kyle and Jeremy. And there's a bunch of hammers on the west side of the state. I mean, dude, Michigan, Indiana, Jackson Orr out of Indiana. I mean, you got sticks all over the place in the Midwest.
There, it is, and again, let me say this: one tournament should not define your career either. I mean, it's a career defining a moment if you win the national championship, and there's huge expectations that comes with that. And
Yep.
again, and it's great, man. I mean, you had a really good weekend or whatever, but a lot of times, to be honest with you, a lot of those guys, there's several guys that have won the national championship and fallen off the wayside, haven't done well in a live event since. It's all about consistency, and I think that's what makes you a stick. Is being able to taking that forward momentum and doing it, man. I'm gonna have to redo my top 20, my top 50, Todd. To be honest with you, man, I'm looking at some of my lists now. There's several guys that I could put in. I have to look at their stats over the last 2 years, but there's several guys that have fished with us that I think belong in the top 50.
Oh, there are several guys that belong in the top 50. But we gotta, go through and weigh it, and that's why we got a panel of 6 or 7 people that are gonna put this together, and it's gonna be legit. You're gonna have people from Hobie, from BASS, from KBF, from KBBT.
Yep.
Putting their input in. This is gonna be fair. I think it's going to be awesome when it comes out on June 15th, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be cool. Hey, your mom said that if you're out there for a while, she's going to bring you lunch. Just let her know. Kyle. That's awesome.
I forgot snacks today, so.
Oh, well, Mom, your baby needs you. Time to bring some grub.
Hey, Kyle. So I know we've talked about you a little bit, but I kind of just want to go over this. Like, tell us where you came from, and like, tell us where your hometown is, and tell us some of your your big accomplishments in kayak fishing, and maybe your best memories, things like that.
All right. Well, I was from Taylor, Michigan. Lived there for my whole 25 years of existence. Um,
25. So you're young, man. I keep thinking you're in your low 30s. 25, man.
don't do that. I want to stay young forever. So
It doesn't happen, trust me.
I know. I started fishing around 4 or 5 years old, but been doing it ever since. My two grandmas were the ones that started taking me that young, and I just fell in love with it. I just recently started like the whole kayak fishing around 4 years ago. So I'm still fairly new to it, I guess I'd say, but
yep.
It's going. I mean, it's been so great having a kayak and going to all these places, big lakes, small lakes, places that boats can't get to. It's been great, and I'm gonna stay in the kayak tournament field, I think, for pretty much ever. I don't have plans of getting a boat anytime soon.
Yeah, no, bust out another 1,000. That's what boat stands for, man. Forget it. I'll never go back to another boat ever.
You should have seen what Kyle won 2 kayaks last year. He won what do you win? You won an
It was Jackson Bite.
Jackson Bite. Yeah, it was.
It was.
And you won that at the first event that we had, and then at Crossroads last year you won the boat, and I told you were going to win it before you even got it.
Yeah, and that was pretty nuts. I didn't expect that at all. And I'm actually in the one that I won last year at that.
That's crazy, man. Cool. You got a horse, man. You got a horseshoe up your butt or something, man. You are just like.
I guess.
I mean,
he just needs a reliable vehicle.
Yeah,
he breaks down every tournament weekend.
I'm telling you, man.
Not everyone.
Oh,
okay, gosh. Every third.
Yeah.
Every third's better.
That's incredible, man. Well, Kyle, we're gonna let you go, buddy, man. As I said, keep grinding, bud. I know you're battling conditions.
I'm gonna try to make something happen.
All right, man. Well, sounds good, man. Good talking to you, man.
Kyle,
thanks for spending time with us today.
Yeah. All right, you guys have a good day.
All right, man. Take care.
Hey, buddy.
Bye.
Yeah.
Good guy, man. Well, I mean, again, dude, with him yesterday was awesome, man. It was incredible to see what he did.
He needs a car sponsor.
He definitely needs a car sponsor. Siles Garrett, 92.5 inches, man. Throwing some meat up on the board.
Texas.
Good old Texas. Oh, dude.
Charner? What about Charner?
Hold on. We just gave the Kyle Evans curse. Eric Polenz, 83.5 inches. Kyle Evans, 82 3/4.
Oh.
He's sitting there. Oh man, Eric.
I was getting ready to have you give him an update before we got off.
Yeah. Well, Eric's now at 83, and listen, remember when he said he was done for the day? It ain't happening. Eric is now ahead by 3/4 of an inch.
Yeah, you can't fight 4-footers on Lake St. Clair. He's got to have Plan B, and this might be another heroic effort by Kyle Evans to try to. Yeah, he quote unquote shock the world again. He's got to get it done, man. He's got to buckle down, man. No doubt. 3 hours to go. 3 hours to go right now.
Yeah, he's got to get it done, man. Well, that's too bad, man. I mean, sorry, Kyle. Didn't mean to curse you like that, man. But you got some work to do, bud. But that's what makes it fun, right?
Yeah, it does. It does. And Eric is a very. I told Eric he's very soft-spoken, kind of like Kyle, and. I said, hey, man, dude, you're good enough, man, that you're going to show out here, and people are going to know your name by the end of this tournament. He goes, no, not me. I'm not, I'm just here to have fun and this, that, and the other. If he beats Kyle and he moves on to the Elite Eight to face Jeremy Baker, if Jeremy can hold on versus Charette, I mean, that could be a fun matchup right there, man. Both of those guys are sticks.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I'm gonna see if I can get our friend on the phone here and see if I can get a hold of him. I don't know, man. This is kind of like on a whim. I'm gonna see if we can get Bobby Morin on the phone. Talk about Brad Case and his matchup yesterday. and see if he's able to answer. He may or may not answer. It's a surprise. But we had Dr. Costa call in, so might as well get Bobby on the phone. I think he is.
What's going on, guys?
Bobby's here.
Hey, Bobby. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing all right. I'm out here at one of our local yak attack dealers, kind of doing a meet and greet.
Yeah, man.
Hanging out, talking to one of the young men that work here.
Well, thanks for joining me. It's just a surprise. I wanted to get you on, man, because we didn't have a chance to talk to you guys yesterday. Brad Case does not have Skype, and he doesn't usually like talking during the tournament. So we understand that the lake that Brad and you guys fished on yesterday was sprayed last night.
They sprayed it. They sprayed it sometime during the week. They sprayed the entire, I'm gonna say the entire West Canal.
Mm-hmm.
So about miles of the West Canal they sprayed, and so a lot of the places normally fish for that morning bite was gone. There was no morning bite yesterday at all. And then went across the, I guess that would be the East Canal, and you pick up a few in there as well. All dinks yesterday. Trying to find a big fish. We fished the whole entire lake yesterday as much as we could, and I don't know if the chemical just sent them into hiding, but it definitely turned the bite off.
Well, I mean, it was un-Bobby like yesterday, man. I mean, you in the 80s, in the mid 80s at that. I mean, Brad must have found obviously the big fish early, and he did put some big fish up on the board early. But I kind of knew something was going on down there that just it didn't seem right. I didn't know if it was a weather thing or what have you.
The wind picked up probably about I'd probably say about 10, 11 o'clock. The wind started picking up coming out of the southeast, so it started blowing across the lake. Then the thunderstorm started rolling in, and me and Brad, I gave Brad a call about 2 o'clock. It started lightning, and I told him, I said, you know what? I ain't gonna sit out here with all these lightning rods standing up on top of the boat.
No, sir. No.
I'll go ahead and give you the victory, and let's go ahead and get off the water. So
That's right.
We agreed, and we both pulled off the water at 2 o'clock yesterday.
Yeah, smart thing to do, man. As I said, take the L and move on and fight another day, man. No doubt. Especially in Florida, for goodness sakes. There's nowhere to hide in Florida.
Yeah, I'm out here with this young man, Mr. Neil, right here. He works here.
I seem to be doing it every weekend now.
Yeah, every weekend. So,
I know.
Looking forward to the team bracket now. So
That's gonna be a lot of fun, man.
Be a lot of fun. I got Mr. Danny Gann as my partner.
Yeah, man. So
nice.
Have you talked to Danny yesterday? He had 85 inches, and Dustin beat him, man. I was shocked.
It's the bite here. I think with that tropical system that we had come right up the coast.
Yeah.
Between that and I mean, it has rained just about every day this week.
Wow.
This past, and it's just it was thunder. I was up at 2 o'clock this morning, sitting out looking at Facebook, and the thunder was lightning and everything was still going on. Been going on since 2 o'clock yesterday afternoon when we got off the water.
Yeah.
So I think the weather's had a lot to do with it. And of course, in Florida, the wind don't have a whole lot to do with it until it really gets cranked up, because it's wind in Florida every day.
Yeah, sure.
It's wind here right now where I'm at, and it is what it is. That's why they call it fishing, not catching.
Well, Doug's on some fish early, man. Doug, he's at 85 and a half inches. To be honest with you, man, and then Conrad Benetti's at 72 and a half. He's in and out of service, so I don't know how accurate that is. But overall, I mean, Doug's used to putting up right now probably in the low to mid 90s. So it looks like Doug's, not catching as many fish or bigger fish. But again, this just kind of makes me kind of just go both ways on the whole Florida debate. It's not fair. Florida should be its own thing. But I mean, look, you can look at just yesterday, and Conrad, yeah, he put up 99 inches. But overall, man, Florida and Texas did not do well.
No. And like I said, a lot of ours is probably going to be weather related, but that's why they call it fishing, not catching.
That's right. I mean, some days you get on them and sometimes you don't. But, apparently now we're going to have to put Michigan in its own state because it's not fair. Michigan is just putting on a show.
We're gonna have 48 brackets before it's over with.
48 regions.
All unfair.
Ain't that the truth?
That's hilarious.
You can catch monsters one day. I mean, look at the first round. what, 86 on the first day and 110 the next day.
I know.
So,
It's crazy.
That's those honey holes they're talking about. But it is. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm glad I got to fish against Mr. Case, and we look forward to the next go around.
It's gonna be it's fun, man. I'm telling you. I was telling these guys, and this is just me. Maybe I'm a little bit partial to it. I fish the live event. I'll always fish live events. But here's the deal. Let me just tell you. This is just my own personal experience. Okay. I traveled down to North Carolina. I paid $270 for the hotel rooms for 3 nights. I paid $200 for the live events. That's $570, and let's just cap it up to $600 or $650 when it comes to gas and all that stuff, and just a little food and all that stuff. So $650 it cost me to go down to the live event down in North Carolina. Okay. Now it's my fault, but I caught 2 fish. Okay. In one day I caught 2 fish. Didn't even sniff the leaderboard. The top guy caught 83.5 inches in North Carolina, which happens to be Eric Nelson, who's in our tournament. And to me, if I'm going to fish a live event, man, I want to catch fish, okay?
Absolutely.
But to me, no offense, man, but 83.5 inches is not an exciting live event round, okay? So I spent $650 to go down there. The guy catches 83.5 inches, who wins it, right? And then I'm just like, I was supposed to fish today. I was like, forget it. I'd rather just come up here and broadcast. But to see what you guys have been doing, I had more excitement watching the bracket yesterday than me even fishing in a live event. And that's the God's honest truth.
Oh, absolutely. Like I say, y'all doing a great thing here. I think this is going to be the next phase toward the future of kayak bass fishing. And it's going to grow. You got a lot of people trying to do it now, but y'all are the innovators.
Well, a lot of states have done it. I mean, Michigan, Arkansas is now doing it. Maine has done it. All these different areas. I think, again, you could have the live water component on it and continue to do it and stretch it out, and I think that would enhance it even better. I mean, just like yesterday, we had Tyler Cole and Jordan Westerman on the same body of water, came down to a 1/4 of an inch. I can't think of anything better than that. Same body of water.
It was awesome.
Same state, same area, and then it comes down to the very last fish with 15 minutes to go in a 1/4 of an inch. I don't care who you are. That's amazing. Yeah, I mean it's incredible.
People don't realize just. Like I said, it's exciting. I mean, because where else you gonna get the kind of coverage y'all are doing for us?
Well, it's impossible to do it at a live event. You can't.
Nobody does it. I mean, even the Bassmaster Elite Series or FLW, they don't get this kind of coverage.
Well, I like to see too. I mean, the coverage is unique. Even if you did the live coverage, you're still looking at the same body of water, and you're still looking at the same conditions and everything else. At least here, you get a chance to mix it up a little bit. You're able to see what people are doing from the north, the south, the east, and west. I mean, completely different conditions. You're seeing a variety of ways people are fishing. I can keep go back to Jordan. Jordan today's throwing like 12-inch freaking swim baits, catching tanks in grass. You know what I mean? And then you got Marty Hughes struggling on Table Rock, throwing Ned rigs. I mean, with the whole gamut is different. I mean, it's so much fun to watch this as we go on. It's so cool.
Yeah, because like I said, any given day, the bite can turn off. And yesterday it did. We caught the fish we caught yesterday. Pretty much we caught in the morning with what we did catch. And I'd say probably come about 11 o'clock. I mean, the bite turned off and it didn't come back.
Yeah, I mean, and again, that's fishing, man. I mean, everybody thinks that you just go to Florida and you're just going to automatically throw 25 inches on the board. They're there, but you're not going to. I mean, you got to catch them, man.
Yeah, you can put a 25-inch fish in a 1-acre pond. Tell somebody it's there. Doesn't mean they gonna catch it.
Nope. Or you can become Mike Long and try to snag it.
Jesus.
Man, I don't know. So, Bobby, talk about your day yesterday, man. We really couldn't showcase you and Brad because you were in a bad coverage. We tried, but talk about your day, man. How actually in the last couple of weeks, man, you had quite a ride, man.
Well, one of my favorite baits right now that's really working for me is the Z-Man jackhammer. I use it in the brute pumpkin. I'm using all braided line. I don't use any leaders. So what I do instead of using a leader is I take me a black Sharpie and I'm marking color in my braided line about 2 feet up, color it black.
Yep.
So I'll eliminate that knot, that extra element of something that can go wrong.
Yep.
Flip, just throwing up to the mats, get it right to the edge of the mat and let it drop. Especially during the heat of the day, they're sitting up under that mat in that cooler water. So if you get it right in front of their face and it drops it from you, getting that good reaction bite. And it's been working. It's been working real well. Yesterday, it was just Dinkville. I mean, my average fish yesterday was probably 16 inches on average. I had a couple decent ones, but other than that, I mean, I had fish down as small as 6-8 inches yesterday that I was catching. They were much bigger than the baiting I was throwing.
Man,
yesterday was rough, but you know what? I had a great time. I stayed out as long as I could where it was safe for me.
Yeah.
And when I safe, I got off the water.
Yeah, I mean,
that's
the way to do it, man. As I said, I mean, this is just for fun in games, man. But when it comes to sacrificing your life, man, it's like like Kyle's fighting 4-footers in St. Clair today, man. Get off the water or go somewhere else, man. It's not worth the risk.
It's not worth the entry fee that you paid to fish.
No,
and there's always there's going to be more tournaments.
That's right, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, Bobby, thanks for your time, man. We want to catch up with you, man. We always love talking to you, man, and want to hear your thoughts about yesterday. And we'll catch you next time, man, in the team event.
Yes, sir. We'll see y'all later.
All right, buddy.
Good day.
See you, Bobby.
Take care, man.
See you, Bobby.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. It's
Good Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby's good people, man. All right. We look through, make sure Charter Williams did upgrade to no, I'm sorry, he was at 85 1/4. You know what? Let me see if we can get Charter on. He usually has bad coverage, but we can try.
Eric Poland's upgraded again. Kyle Evans, alert.
Uh-oh.
84.75 for Eric, 6th best bag of the day.
Let's see if I can get. Might be able to call Charter if he's not on Skype. But usually, I thought we had a chance to get him on. Let me see.
Yeah, that's a 2-inch lead there over Eric and Kyle. Looks like Matthew Charette caught a. Oh, did he catch that 20 1/4 live with us?
He
right?
did. He sure did, man. He caught a tank.
He's got 81 1/4, so he's trying. Looks like Brad Case just upgraded. He got 66.5 with 4 fish. Dustin Arms got his 4th fish with a 13-incher to put him at 64 1/4. Keelan Kyle, Marty Hughes, zilch.
Mm. See, I'm still trying to work on Charter.
Okay. I'm going to go back here and probably I'll see if I can get an update on Table Rock and Random and High Rock. Random and High Rock, 115 update. Results are currently offline, pending final results.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they're their line's at 130.
Table Rock Lake, 115 update. Josh Stewart, Tennessee, 84.75.
Wow.
Justin Brewer out of Arkansas is behind him with 78 1/4. And out of Missouri, Mr. Ryan Cummings has 72.5. Richie McMichael would be a notable top 5 with 71.5. And let's see if there's anybody else in here. Paddle and Fins, Brian Schiller, 16th place with 30 inches. Alan Reed, 28 and a quarter, previous contestant in the KBBT. Zach Slier out of Michigan, 14 inches, 1 bass.
All right, can't seem to pull him up here. Let's try to give him a call. Hold on 1 second here.
There are 10 anglers on Table Rock with 0 fish.
Wow.
Hello.
Hey, Charter. Greg Nosar. How you doing, buddy?
How you doing? Well, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good. 85 and a quarter inches, man. Not too bad, my friend.
Well, my only problem is all my good fish have been coming in the morning, and my bite dies about now, so I'm pretty desperate.
Oh. Well, I mean, you throwing that frog again? The frog bite?
Yeah, man, yesterday I went to a whole new area and left my primary area alone, so I wouldn't fish it out for today, but I went in there today, and I just couldn't get any good fish.
Wow.
I've only got about 6 or 7 bites all day.
Wow.
Usually I have about 20 bites by now.
Goodness. Well, Jeremy's right behind you, man. He's at 78. I'm sorry, you're taking on Jordan.
Well,
Jordan Westerman at 95 inches. Yeah. So you have some catching up to do.
Well, I'm about halfway in. I'm trekking about 3 miles down the lake right now. And this next area is where I caught my 2 good fish yesterday.
Wow.
So I'm hoping that it'll pay off today, like kind of last minute.
Yeah, it's scramble time for you, man.
Yeah,
You got 2
yeah,
16 and 3/4
well, the
upgrade.
problem is he's got a couple of good ones last time I looked, so I've got to upgrade 5 fish.
Yeah, but man, you got 2 16s that you could easily upgrade and be right there, man. So.
Well, I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah. Well, Jordan, I tell you, man, Jordan. I don't know if you've been watching, man, but Jordan's been throwing these massive swim baits, man, and I guess those Iowa fish love like 12-inch freaking swim baits, man, because they were crushing them.
I caught a fish earlier that was like 6 inches, so his swim bait's bigger than that fish I caught.
Oh, no question, man. I mean, it was funny because Matt Charette was on with us, and he goes, he's throwing measurable fish bait.
Hey, I've tried it, but man, I can't get on the fish to eat that. But those guys that do, man, they catch big ones.
They do, man. I don't have the patience for that, man. I just don't, for sure.
Well, I don't know, man. Well, I guess I'm gonna spend my last couple hours over here trying to grind out some flipping fish, and I don't know. I just hopefully I don't miss any that bite, because I don't think they're biting real good today here. I don't know if it's the bluebirds. What?
Yeah, man. Well, Jordan's fishing like perfect conditions, 70-degree weather, overcast. I mean, he's just got light winds. I mean, it just happens, man. You got to fish the weather that you're fishing.
See, that's what happened to me yesterday. Yesterday was identical to today, except yesterday we had a pretty decent amount of cloud cover. Today, gosh,
nothing.
I can see clouds like 50 miles away.
How hot is it? Mark said it was pretty hot over in Texas today.
Yeah, man, I hadn't looked at the weather, but it's got to be mid to high 80s, but maybe a little hotter right now. But water temp where I was fishing was 82, and where I'm at right now is 81 in Main Lake.
Wow.
So it definitely is up a few degrees.
Well, sounds like you're putting in some work, bro. I mean, you are, yeah.
I'm trying, man.
I know, man.
If I didn't have this pedal kayak, I couldn't do anything out here, I'll tell you what.
Charter, I mean, so let me ask you a question, man. So, again, we keep on having this talk about live versus this bracket thing, man. I mean, knowing that you're now 10 inches behind, you got one person to beat. It completely changes your mindset, doesn't it, man? I mean, it's just like live event, you'll be a little bit more kind of like, okay, I'll settle for like a 6th inch or 6th or 10th place finish. But now, man, it's like it's all or nothing, man.
Yeah, you got to get first place here, and that's the thing, man. I was thinking about it earlier when I was sitting on 3 fish and I hadn't got a bite in an hour, and I'm thinking, live events, somebody's gonna have a good day every now and then on a live event, but for the most part, you're trying to fill a limit and maybe catch a kicker. But it seems like every week I'm trying to put up mid-90s just to stay in this dumb thing.
It's crazy, man. I mean, 14 freaking people caught over 90 inches yesterday. I mean,
I know.
And 5 guys went home. I mean, unbelievable.
Well, this morning, whenever I started struggling, and my first areas, I didn't get a bite the first hour and a half I fished, and I thought, well, crap. So I was just hoping that they would struggle too. Then my wife, she's fished with me today. She said, well, he just went up to 92 a couple hours ago. So I don't know. I guess it's definitely has a higher stress level than a live event, because live event I could shoot for 4th, 5th, 6th place, maybe something like that. But
Yeah.
if I lose out now, I'm done.
And you missed the money by one event or one day, man. I mean, that's what's hard.
I think that's why this round has so much pressure on me, and probably everybody's feeling it. Is, man, even it's a little paycheck, at least it makes the last 3 weeks worth it.
Yeah, no, I hear you, man. It's just, and trust me, it's a much bigger payout because of the 128, man. So yeah, I mean, it's do or die. I mean, it's just the way it works, man. But
hopefully he'll ease up a little bit and go ahead and head home and have some dinner.
I don't think so, man. He's still banging those swim baits like it's no big deal, man. But
I was hoping he fished all his fish out yesterday.
I don't know, but listen, you need to call Matt Frentress, man, and get some his mojo he had last month, man. That freaking guy was incredible.
That dude, he's been talking to my wife. That's his sister, and they've been calling each other back and forth saying how I'm doing, because I don't want to get on the phone with him right now. He's gonna make me feel bad about myself.
and he put the hammer down. You got to at least make the championship round, man. You can't let your brother-in-law beat you like that.
I was just hoping to make it through this weekend, is what I was hoping for. But
yeah, he's definitely put basically the mic down. Made the championship, man. You guys had to be so proud of that, man. Seriously, I mean, that was an incredible run for him.
Well, it was, man, and it was fun being a part of that. And I'll tell you, more than a good payout and such, I'd love to have that first place trophy to put right next to the second place. But I'll put my name on it too.
Oh, that was.
But in order to do that, I need these other guys to ease up a little bit on me, because I'm struggling today.
Oh man, well listen, you know how it is, man. You're being in Texas. That thing can turn around so quick. Just like yesterday. I mean, in the last 15, 20 minutes, man, people were throwing fish on the board to win, man. So you never know, man.
Yeah, I hope so. And honestly, yesterday about this time, I was about done fishing, just because I thought I didn't think there was any way I could upgrade anymore. So
yeah,
I didn't want to ruin all my fish. I'm hoping I left some for today, and the afternoon bite will be a little bit better for me.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Well, we wish you the best of luck, man. Just get up there. As I said, you've got two smaller ones. You can easily, let's say 2 20-inch fish. You're right there, man.
Yeah, I'm hoping for it. I'm hoping for it. So
3.5 hours.
Well, I appreciate the call, Greg.
Hey, man, good luck to you. Take care. Stay safe.
Thanks, bud.
Bye. Brad Case just went up to 86 1/4 inches. Eric Polenz, 89 inches. Wow. Kyle, man, buddy. You got some work, man. You got some work, no doubt. We'll see what happens. All right, let me see if we can get Eric on the phone here. Try him again. We tried to give him a call earlier. And see if we can get him on the phone now.
Yeah, he's fishing bedded fish yesterday.
Yeah. He's not picking up. All right. Conrad Benetti, 80 1/4 inches. Keelan Kyle does not have a fish on the board. I don't know if that's a service thing. It could be a service thing being in Texas. But I'll see what. Let's see if we can get Keelan on the line here. Hopefully we can get a hold of him. See if we can get him on Skype. He might have service issues, though. My guess he does, and that's why there's no fish on the board for him yet. Shockingly, Marty Hughes is still blanked.
I had a bad feeling, back-to-back days. And now to hear that they're letting water out, that makes it even harder.
Oh, man, that just complicates things even worse, man. No doubt. those bass pull out of those dog houses and goes to the fence posts.
They come out from under. They come out from underneath the deck and they go out to the swimming pool.
That's right. Yeah, it looks like Keelan's in a bad area. Well, buddy, I think we're going to end it here, man. 1:30, that was solid, I don't know, 4 hours? Is that right? Did we do 4 hours of freaking broadcasting today? I think we did. We sure
He
did.
came on at 10:30, right?
I believe so. I think it was 10:30, right? So that's
Well,
three,
okay,
three,
so
3 hours. 3 hours. Okay. Yeah, that's not bad, man. We had a good time watching these guys fish, and it's grind time now, man. We turn off the standings here at 3:00, so we're gonna go ahead and end it, man. Let these guys put some fish on the board. Follow along on Tourney X, and then we'll be back tonight at 8:00 for the reveal show, and then we're also going to talk to. We're also going to try to get into the team tournaments coming up too. I'll take a look at that and see if we can get that straightened out. And probably maybe do a reveal show on Monday, tomorrow, and do a blind draw and try to bracket those guys up. So we'll see how it works out, man. But Jeremy Baker, our leader, at 96, Jordan at 95, and Silas Garrett at 92.5. So good stuff. Could we see 100? Yes or no on 100 inches today?
I'm gonna say no. I don't think we get there today. What do we got? 2.5 hours in the east, and we only have Central would be our latest time zone.
Right.
So 3.5 hours tops to fish.
Yep.
I don't know. I think if anybody's got a chance, I'm gonna go. I'd think Brad Case might be able to get there. I think Jeremy. I don't know what he's doing. I might be resting. Might be, I don't know how he feels with that 96, but that's a pretty good bag. I don't know. I don't think we see 100.
Yeah, it's a great bag. Conrad's up at 80 and a quarter. He could get there, as we know. And then, as I said, I mean, who knows, man? This is anybody's game, but it's gonna be exciting. Listen, again, 8 guys goes home today, man, and they're out of the money by 1 spot. It's heartbreaking, but that's just the way it works, man. And then the 8 guys that move on guaranteed themselves a paycheck. So. This is the great thing about this bracket, man. It's a lot of fun. We'll see. Sweet 16. Here we go. Guys, have a great day. We'll see you at 8:00 tonight. Take care.